Yo, this is DJ Tyree Cooper, and you checking out a brother from another mother, my main man, my big brother like no other, Wayne Anthony, the 88 podcast for your house music and acid house experience. Listen, learn, and live. Peace.
Music and Culture, the 88 podcast with yours truly, Wayne Anthony. Welcome to the 88 podcast with yours truly, Wayne Anthony. I'm sorry for my absence over the last 2 weeks. I've literally been wrapped up in bed with a cold. Some call it man flu, some call it other things. Who knows? I'm fully recovered now. And on today's show, we've got a really special guest, someone that's been in the game for as long as he is in age. So welcome to the podcast, Paul Ibiza.
Thank you. Welcome to the. Thanks for having me. I should turn around and say thanks for having me, Wayne. Yeah, lovely seeing you. Yeah,
mate, it's an absolute pleasure, mate. There are certain people that you see back from them old days.
Yes.
Because to be truthful with you, from the first time that I actually met you, do you remember when we met?
Cool. I met you. Oh boy. I remember meeting you, Wayne. Cool, man. With the Genesis, one of the raves. I saw you outside.
Okay, I'll give you a little reminder of what I remember, right?
Go remember.
So
mind me.
Basically, we met outside your warehouse in King's Cross.
Did we, Wayne? Did we?
Yeah, mate.
89.
Yeah, it probably was 89. Because what happened was...
Definitely 89.
Yeah, definitely, because that's when you was there, I guess, isn't it?
89, definitely 89. But I met you before that. Because I knew who you was before that. Because I knew that you ran Genesis.
Okay.
Remember,
well, it was funny because I felt quite an affinity with you from quite early on, mate. You know, and because considering that we never partied together, we'd never been out, we'd never dropped E's together, whatever.
Yeah.
I felt like connected to you from the first time I met you. And the first time that I actually remember us having an interaction was on one of those nights where Genesis was doing a party on the same night as Fantastic Ibiza.
That's right.
And someone said to us, and this was a couple of our parties had been stopped, and at that point, I remember you put respect to Genesis on one of your flyers and stuff like that.
That's right.
That had all come to pass, and so I realized. I mean, don't get me wrong. Originally, like the security are like, the security, because just so people who are listening knows what's happening. So we were doing parties on a Saturday night in a warehouse. It was quite on top for us with the police. We had the police basically looking for us every single weekend.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah. And so what Paul did, he really he really sussed out the fact that he was doing parties in North London, and everybody knew that he was going to come on top for Genesis at some point.
Yeah, that's right. I did. That's right.
Everybody knew, So Paul was doing, and as I said, I always mention that no one used to do parties on the same night as any of us, like, biology, sunrise, energy, whatever,
That's right.
So when you started doing parties, it was like, well, who's this lot? So I was in North London. So just to come up to speed. So what was happening was Genesis was getting shut down. And then all of our crowd was basically going to your warehouse parties. So at first the security were like, are they doing this on purpose? And they tried to call this meeting where they was like, let's go and see them and all this shit. But I knew from day one, they're not doing this on purpose. They're just capitalizing on an opportunity. That's all they're doing. So at no point did I ever feel like there was disrespect or anything.
No, I wouldn't do that. What happened was, I tell you, you're actually spot on. You're actually bang on what you said, because that's what we did. But what happened was, Wayne, that I found out that when you were doing your parties at the time, I knew that the gangsters moved in onto your thing, and it wasn't the same. Because when I went, when I went, and this ain't Wayne's party. These are gangsters, because the way they had the door, the way they didn't care about it. They just taking the money. They just put up a rig in one corner. I remember Ferry Lane. I'll give it the second one in Ferry Lane. I'll give one in Ferry Lane, Tottenham, Ferry Lane. I was there. I saw the way that they behaved. I said, this ain't a proper Genesis rave. This is some moody thing. So once I saw that, I said, you know what? And I heard in the grapevine that you had a bit of trouble with the gangs because remember, you moved into East London now.
Of course.
And so you had a bit of problem with the East London boys, and they were trying to, man, because we were young. Remember, we
were like 21, 22.
Yeah, little kids, in our 20s. So we're still young, and we got these bigger men in their 30s, gangster sort of guys. So all these young guys coming there doing these parties and making all this money, and they're young.
Of course.
And being black at the same time wasn't a very good thing at the time. So they didn't like all that. So I heard that they had your rave and they were doing what they were doing. I said, yeah, watch what I'm going to do. So we was just to follow your rave. Wherever they were, we knew the gangsters running there. We know it weren't you because we know they had problems at the time. And we made sure we had our warehouse not far from yours. We didn't, it's around the corner. And I had this way, I was so brave. I went, go there and go, right, when your party got shot, follow us. Follow me. I know where the next party is. Don't worry about them. Come follow me. Come follow. And that's how Fantastic Ibiza grew. We grew in Stoke Newington. We brought everybody down to Stoke Newington, rammed at his warehouse, and I've never turned back. Never turned back.
Fantastic.
And that's what happened. Really. Wasn't it because it was a disrespect thing or anything? I just knew that you had problems with these gangster guys. And I just thought, you know what, this is my time to make my chess move, as we call it, chess move, to make my move. No, we didn't want them to have it, even though it was me by myself. And then after that, Phil got involved. Desire Phil, Phil Desire and Joe
2000 AD Phil.
Yeah, 2000 AD, and they came later on down the line. I done my own thing. And
but originally it was just you, Yeah,
it was just me and my brother. To be honest with you, it was just me and my brother Patrick, Mad P.
Of course, Top Bus.
Yeah, it was just me and him. And being a Tottenhamites from Tottenham, and we had a little back and do. So we're just doing our thing at that time.
I know
it was no disrespect to you whatsoever.
I totally got that.
I did love your raves, and when I found that when I found it was a black guy from it, and it was someone from the hood, it was
go on, boys.
So and he's like, you inspired me because you understand, Wayne. We come from the soul era, with Tony, with people like
and the sound systems and
sound system. Sound System was in the early 80s.
Earlier,
The early 80s, from the Soul to Soul era, and then we come up with Paul, Kiss FM era, R.I.P. to Paul Anderson, and Quarkin, the two. It's only two. You see, before Kiss became illegal, there was only one man running it, George Powell, R.I.P. to George Powell, who died, who used to run Electric Ballroom, or used to run remember I told my missus, we talked about this the other day, Crackers Club. 100 Club in Crackers on Oxford Street. I mean, these are the first black clubs in the West End. We had. I was telling my missus the other day about the club called Beetroot. These are the clubs no one knew about. Beetroot, Wag Club, all that. Even Crackers. These are black clubs in the West End. Never heard of.
Mate, my uncle had a club in Soho Square during that period. It was called Club 7.
Yeah, I know the club.
Yeah, that was my uncle's club. Yeah,
I know the club.
And then one day, a load of gangsters come down there. At first, all the gangsters were going down there, and they were all good with it. They were fine because my dad used to cook all the food, so they would come down and so they would all chicken, rice, and peas, and so they'd have all these East End, West End gangsters. They'd all come down there, suited and booted. Everyone was sweet as a nut. Everyone was cool,
Right.
And then they only used to open once a week. And then they decided, let's open every day. We might as well. We're getting loads of people.
Right.
Then one day, some gangsters came and they said, mate, you got to pay us some extortion money, protection money. And they were like, jog on, mate. We're Jamaicans. And then and they meant it, But then obviously they didn't live in the club. So they left the club a few nights later, and they got burnt down that same night.
Oh, did they burn it down?
They burnt it down, mate, because that's what they were like in those days, mate.
Yeah, things were bad. People understand what you see today, a lot of safety and a lot of rules and regulations, but back there it was like the wild west. There was no rules and regulation. Anybody could be a doorman at that time. Anybody could do anything at that particular
and the
time.
gangsters, they was running right. People always try and point out us lot, in Acid House, saying, oh yeah, you had gangsters. But it's like, what are you talking about? Gangsters took protection money from every restaurant, every club, every pub. It wasn't just us.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. They look. How can we be gang? We're only 20, young little kids. We weren't gangsters. These other guys realised they can make a load of money from these parties, and have the muscle to do these things because they're saying to themselves, so these kids are young, they're only 20. We're big grown men.
We're drinking water, running around telling each other we love each other. You know what I'm
saying? Come on.
So it's easy pickings, wasn't it? You know?
Of course it was. Back then, the old people didn't know what was going on. It's not like I'm going to go to the old people, oh, help me, some gangsters just took my pills. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, they didn't care anyway, you know. No one cared.
No one cared. It was a free-for-all at the time. It really was.
It was a free-for-all, mate.
It was free-for-all.
But, you know, like, I mean, you've got a really long history. So before we even get back to S, let's talk about before, because a lot of people, or probably everyone that I will get to speak to on this podcast, they can probably say, I've been kicking off doors. And when we say doors, we mean warehouse doors and venue doors for putting on parties. So they would probably say, same like myself, I've been kicking off doors since I was 22. But you have been kicking off doors since you was 15, mate.
I've been kicking off doors since I've been 14 because you got to understand, blues dance, it run on the same scenario. The blues dance, soul dance run on the same scenario. They're kicking off warehouses, we're kicking off like normal houses. Just going to a normal house.
Squats and stuff like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was easy. It was going to break into a house. We didn't make gift dogs. Break into the house, change the locks, do the meter, and here we go, right, party. You know, and we came with this 4-story house, 2-story house, 3-story house, bar at every level, you know, a bar at every level. We used to go with different, you know, we used to like West London because the houses are much bigger.
The townhouses,
and get more people in it, and you can do the bars. And same with Tottenham on Tottenham High Road. I don't forget it. We bought Rap Attack from West London. And brought them over to West London, had it in Tottenham High Road, and big houses, and 4 or 5-story ads, had bars on every floor, and you could ram it.
Banged out, even the street, innit? Banged out the streets. I mean, massive.
Look, I made my first £1,000 at a door with paper pound notes, man. You can imagine I'm carrying £1 paper green ones, and they stacked up right in the toilet. £1,000. I was told, you understand, back then, £1,000
that's
a
fucking bag of money, mate.
Come on, Tony Palmer, you know Bigfoot, you know Tony Palmer, R.I.P. to Tony Palmer. He was my doorman.
Go on, mate.
Doorman, R.I.P. to Tony, he passed away. Yeah, man. And he was my doorman. He used to hold the door, you run the door bar, and I do the bar. And that's how me and him used to move.
Yeah. Well, he was a bit of a serious dude, wasn't he, Tony?
He was. And he was a good doorman as well. No one can get past Tony. Nobody. So I mean, Tony used to count some money. And that was the soul times.
Yeah, man.
That was all the soul days. I mean, coming out the reggae one was all right, but my dad used to run the reggae. I was too young, so it would be more like my dad and my older brothers.
Like Chicken and all them sound systems.
Yeah, Chicken sound. My dad had a sound called Billy the Clown. Back in the days, right? So, and you might know. I mean, your neck of the woods would be Sir Biggs. Remember Sir Biggs?
Yeah, of course.
Your neck of the woods, Sir Biggs.
Chicken.
Yeah, Chicken sound, Sir Biggs. There'd be. Now, long before Unity came along, these are the early sounds.
This is early 60s and 70s. My grandparents, my grandparents came over from Jamaica, and they were running gambling houses, mate.
There you go.
So I know exactly what you're talking about, you know.
Sure, my dad has been in your people's gambling.
That's what I'm saying. It was a Hackney thing. They were all in Hackney.
Yeah, come on. My dad got Hackneys. It was a known thing in the black community. Everybody goes to the gambling house, and they had their blues done. We're talking about the early 60s here, you know.
Yeah, we're talking about 60s, mate.
Yeah, my dad had his sound running around in the 60s. So they were doing all these things in the 60s. So us growing up seeing all this, we just continued it into the soul era. You know, because I didn't work. I didn't, be honest with you, I've never worked. I've never worked.
Organised. You were organised.
We never. I just see my dad doing his thing, and I thought, when I get up, I'm going to do it for my dad. I mucked around in cars a little bit, but it was more.
That was more of a hood thing, wasn't it?
The hood thing. You fix 2 cars and off you go. But at the time, I said at night time, when it comes to weekend parties, man, and we had, we put our own parties on. And I've been doing it, like you said, from the reggae days through the soul days. So when the acid house come along, it was like, whoa,
Yeah,
big man
man.
thing.
And that was a massive shift.
Yeah, big man thing. And so I thought to myself, well, here what? I'm well trained. I understand the game. It's just like now we're going to warehouses instead of little houses. Yeah. So it was like blessing. Like thank you, Ja.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because that was a big, definitely. That was a massive upgrade as well, wasn't it?
Come on, man.
Massive upgrade.
And I'm not gonna lie. Going back to what you're saying, it weren't for the rigs, I would have known about rigs and things like that. So we'll get to that later on. But
yeah.
With the rigs,
because first, because you started off doing, is it free dam or something? Was it? You did parties called free dam?
Yes, that's right. You know about that one. Yeah, the first one I done was free dam, and it was down in Stoke Newington. Just after one of, and when I done it was called free dam. Ants blew up, the sound blew up, the whole thing.
Good name, mate.
Like, you know, when them ones, the whole night, everything just went wrong in that night. Everything. We were buzzing out. We were all buzzing at that night. Took some E's just to forget about it. And some guy, a little kid, come up to me from Hampstead, a rich kid. Why do you call it Ibiza? We were all buzzing. That's how it all came about. Why do you just call it? Change the name for it, call it Ibiza. I said, yeah, good idea. Because we were buzzing at the time. Very good idea. Because Ibiza, they all go to the island itself and raving. We call ourselves the Fantastic Ibiza, and it stopped.
Yeah,
and that's how the name came about.
And so, who come up with a fantastic bit?
Well, we just said it. I don't know how. Well, I didn't want Ibiza by itself. It was just two planes.
Yeah, exactly. It's two. Yeah.
You had to have some fantastic Ibiza. You know, there's the island. You know, so we put that in front of it, and hey ho.
Fantastic. And did you start doing like parties straight away?
Yeah.
So after that first night, everything went wrong.
Yeah.
He still was like, do you know what?
The guy goes to me, he didn't make no money in the warehouse. So he goes, do it again, boys. Because he didn't make no money. And he said, do it again. But he see the potential, yeah? So we, do it again. And we done it next week and we rammed it. Excellent. Yeah, and it worked, you know. And then we stayed in that little area in Stoke Newington. So we went across the BP petrol station and we stayed there. And that's why I went about Genesis. The man got Genesis down the road. Are they? Yeah, let's go down there. I mean, count up, you know. And that's how we brought them up from Tottenham up to Stoke Newington. And hey, I haven't gone back since.
But the thing is, though, like again, mate, we've had a similar path. You know, I came up like people. I did a podcast the other day, and people was asking me why I didn't like Clink Street. And I said to him, I didn't like Clink Street because I came from the era of shebeens and blues dances.
That's right.
And I've been in a couple of them, and they were normally in basements and stuff, and it was always in these small environments.
Yeah,
wasn't
downstairs.
And, you know what I mean? And I'd seen some, when it kicked off in those gaffs, I mean, you know, it was bad, wasn't it? You know, so I've seen a lot of that. I mean, I've seen people just come in with bags of swords and just open them up and start whacking people. So I've seen all of that. So like, I wasn't so small environments. I wasn't feeling, you know, I was like, nah. I still don't trust this yet, you know?
Yes, that's right.
And that's kind of why I went for the big warehouses, because it was like, I don't trust this yet. I mean, obviously within a few weeks, it was like, oh, I wished I went. But at the time, it's like, no, this is too,
it's too
closed in.
And like what you just said earlier, it was more we knew it was gangster driven. Yeah, we all knew it was gangster driven. And the coke started to come in then, and things started to change. And I thought, you know what? I'm so glad that the rave came in. Okay, we pulled away from that. We started to pull away from that gangsterism lifestyle. So if that rave never come on, we'd probably be in that gangster lifestyle and got on with it. You know, we just have to go where the money was, and we should go on with it.
Narrowed our focus, didn't it? Yeah.
It draws away from that because tell you the truth, I'm glad the rave came. It drew me away from Tottenham. It drew me away from a lot of things. Yeah, it really did, because the things what went on in Tottenham and things after the riot and that, we needed to escape. We needed to get away from this sort of
mate. Well, it was a trap. We were just caught in a trap of a web.
We felt trapped in a bubble and
violence, police, violence,
no work, not any problem. It was horrible, and like all the fun was gone out of it. So the rave scene, you know, I don't know what happened, but it was a good blessing from above, because you remember you had football hooligan. I was telling my missus the whole football hooligan thing on the terraces. You couldn't even go football if you're not in a gang. How can you go football? Watch football back then? You know, you get your head torn off if you're not in a gang. So I had to go. I had to join the Arsenal lot. That's how I got to know Bones. You know, Bowen from Arsenal, and you know, certain man from Arsenal, Denton, and Peter Gerrard. I know this is where I got to know all these people from, and then I got to know about the Top Mites. The same on that side. That's I got to know Tottenham Higgins and that football. So it was like a. Of
course.
If I
and then you had Phil and all that lot from Spurs.
From Spurs. So you had the football, and then you had the West Ham boys from Andy Swallows lot. So these are the things that people don't know about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone used to think that we was West Ham, you know, but I'm Spurs.
I know.
You know, Keith's Spurs and Andy's Arsenal.
See, was he?
Yeah, I mean, Andy was Arsenal. I mean, I remember I had a couple of meetings with Phil, 2000 AD Phil, you know.
Yeah,
and I remember, you know, he used to be quite serious in them days, didn't he? He always had a serious face.
Yes. And he stood
maybe he wasn't serious, but he always had a serious face. And I always remember we met him a couple of times, and he wouldn't say anything because I can't remember his partner. His partner was like a black guy, was it?
Yeah.
Or he's mixed race or something, you know?
Yeah, I forgot. No, John Maguire.
Okay.
John Maguire, mixed race. John Maguire.
So that's who he came to the meetings with.
Yeah,
you know, and it was like these car park meetings as well, you know, like, let's meet in this car park, you know. And we met in this car park. And I mean, I'm good friends with Phil now. I love him to death, you know. But then I didn't know him, you know. And I always remember Phil would stand there with his arms crossed, just really serious. Just looking at us, like, you know. And I remember leaving that meeting thinking, no, he definitely don't like us.
No. Phil's a serious guy.
He's good stuff. He's good stuff.
It was a friend for a friend how I got to know him. We shared the same mutual friend, a guy called Derek Khan. I definitely know him. Used to be a fishmonger in Dawson Market. And,
because there's not many black fishmongers down there, is there? So you get to know them, don't you?
Yeah. So he was the only one. He was the only black fishmonger at the time, but he was obviously a football hooligan at the same time. They were two of best pals. And he goes to me, you two get on like a house of fire. You Paul meet Phil, meet Paul, and we ain't stopped. We ain't stopped still ever since. So, and we done race together. So me and Phil has been like
you done quite a lot together, didn't you? After that,
yeah, we done a lot.
But before we get to all that, because you've done so much in the jungle field, I mean, you're mega world famous for being one of the pioneers of the business of jungle music. I mean, your label was probably the biggest label out there. You know,
and it's still, and to this day, you know, it's paid dividend because it's still selling to this day. I still sell. I'm repressing. I've opened up my whole catalog. I've got so much catalog. It lasts me another 10 years. I'm in there now in the studio right now, finding that stuff. I forgot about this tune and remastering this and actually running. I'm telling the truth, during the lockdown, the Ibiza brand, it's been. I never had the records here, mate. I don't know what I'll be doing right now. I'll be scratching my head. But I'm proud of it because it's my history and I'm sitting on it now to this day and I'm living of it. Things I've done when I was a youth. And it's to do something now and get some stats now and clean them up and go and get a remaster again and run the vinyl again and seeing the kids buying it again. It's like the whole buzz of it. It's the whole vinyl market. It's just, you don't understand. It's lovely.
Exploded. It's exploded.
And I'm there right with it because I got involved with the press and plant. I've got my money involved in the press and plant. And you know, I'm bringing the missions up from Jamaica. I'm getting involved in the whole.
Go on.
I love it. I'm loving it.
So you got like a music house thing going on.
Yeah. I'm working with Chris. I am actually working with Music House himself. So I need to all the missions up from Jamaica and. We're working together. My son's working with him, doing the metalworks, making the metalwork. You know? So we're all in it. We're in it. We're back in it, and
it's exciting.
And no more problems because now we see him. He cuts the record. He delivers them to my house. I sell them, and we get them. It's fun.
It's exciting, really, and to think that you're still living off of it, you know.
This is my point.
You're still eating food. You know,
I'm still eating food off the thing. I'm still putting on the parties. I'm still doing it.
It's nuts.
It is, and I'm not going to stop, Dwayne.
Don't stop, mate. Why should you?
I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
I've done it all my life, and you can't.
Mate, next is world tours, mate.
Yeah, can't mug up in a rave. I understand the rave game, and I've just been in it so long, and a lot of people I just see you come and go, but I'll be here, mate. So wait for the next generation to come up.
You're going to be here forever, mate.
You're an MC, right? You're on the stage and do your thing. You understand? So yes, I ain't going anywhere.
But that's the thing with you as well, though. You realised quite early on that all the emerging talent needed that platform as well. So you brought on so many people who were coming up, unknown people. Some of them because I remember we licensed an album from you. Remember, we did an album
That's
with you
right.
in
That's right.
1995.
That's right.
I think we licensed like 12 tracks off you. Remember, it was Jungleism. I don't know if it was you that coined that word, Jungleism.
UK Black, when you had that company called UK
We had the
Black.
UK Black, and it was interesting because
That's
I
right.
remember getting a call from. I remember getting a call from ICF lot. Yeah, it was Andy, and you remember he had Labello Blanco.
He's running a label called Bella Blanca.
Yeah, which is white label.
Blanca. That's right. And he got
so I remember I got this call. And I was working with Dave at the time. We were doing Having It, and we did this Jungleism album with you. Right. And I got this call from Andy, and he was like, "Listen, mate, I think it's wrong that you're calling your record label UK Black." And I was like, "Why?" And he was saying, "Well, it's a bit racist." And we said, "We're not trying to be racist. It's just, this is our reality. If you look at any single form, any official form you care to look on, it categorizes us as being UK Black. So it's not racist." And it's like, "But dude, you run white label."
That's right. And when I found that his label called Bella Blanca white label, what's that all about?
I know. So it's like, what? You can't be calling me for UK Black.
Yeah, right.
But
I mean, he never bothered me more than,
No, you wouldn't get bothered though. North London lads, they wouldn't come.
They didn't bother us more than so.
The only people that really got bothered, I mean, they touched Sunrise and they touched Energy, but the only reason they touched them two is because they did parties in East London. That's the only reason. Otherwise, they wouldn't win anywhere near them, mate.
And then
who else was trying to get money out of the Energy lot? Smiley Culture. You remember Smiley Culture?
Yeah. Oh,
he went up there, mate. Barrels out.
I didn't know Smiley Culture was like that, you know.
He went up to their office, barrels out. Give me all the
dough. Same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to me. Remember the Jungle Hits Volume 1 and Volume 2. Well, I was involved in that. I got Gen Leave, I got UK Apache. I've done all the track listing, and I got a couple of tunes in there myself. But Mr. Palmer, give the checkbook to this young guy called, funny enough, his name was Wayne as well. And he was moving around with Tony Nicks from Harlesden. Remember Tony Nicks, the soul guy, Tony Nicks, he died. Remember Tony Nicks? But they were moving together, these guys. And somehow, I don't know what Smiley Culture got to do with it, but he was involved as well. What they were doing was they knew that all the boys who signed up to Jetstar, well, they would wait till a year later. They came a year later coming for their royalties. Want your royalties.
Wow.
Yeah, year later. They knew everybody's addresses. Remember, we signed the contract. So the guy who was with them, he said, this is the guy, this is their addresses. So he had all our addresses. So they were going around, Smiley Culture, Tony Nicks. Yeah, no, whatever, like, going around. And God, we want the royalties. And certain man paid and certain was scared. And I was like, But
you were like, jog on, son.
I didn't put my address. I put the business address. So I didn't actually put my address. So they came to the shop.
You're trained up, mate.
They came to fucking all these henchmen, Smiley Culture, Tony Nicks. He goes, what, the royalties? I go, you ain't getting no fucking money out of me. He goes, at that time it was 28 grand, right? It was 28 grand. He goes, we want 20 grand. So you ain't getting no money out of me. And they had to call Lance. Funny enough, I goes, I can't handle this. I don't know them there. So I was working with a guy called Lance. I don't know if you know him, black guy called Lance. He used to have these little warehouses in Stoke, around the back of the McDonald's. And he's been there for years. Lance he's a well-known Stokey guy. He knows everybody in the end. So he goes to me, leave it with me. So he called all these South London guys. And they come up. Yeah, you know, Wayne, it's like a fucking movie, bro.
It's drama.
Like a bloody movie, right? Yeah. So he called out all these mates from South. He was in the office. He's sitting in the armchair, thinking that he's the Papa Dan, the gangster. All the men behind him. I'm sitting there like, and all these guys behind him. Tony Nixon and them like were there, and their gang. And it was like a standoff. He goes, you ain't getting a penny from these guys. You ain't getting a penny from Paul. And I don't buzz you on. And they knew each other because the South man, certain South man knew South man. And he goes, you know what? All right.
That's why he called the South Londoners in, isn't it?
Yeah. He put the South against South. So it was like a standoff in the office. Like, never. If I told people this story, they would never believe me.
Yeah.
But that was going on then. They were going around like the same thing, doing what you just told me, going around to the weak ones who are weak. If you're weak, and take your things, anything.
They take everything, mate. And then with the Energy lot, the next, so Smiley came, he came, whatever, took all their money from the safe, whatever. And then after that, they didn't say who, but some EastEnders came And they were like, listen, we know you got a bit of a problem in the East End. There's a contract out on your head type thing. Give us 30 grand and we'll sort it out. You know how it goes. So Jeremy, you know, posh boy, you know, he's gone like, well, okay, I'll speak to my partners type thing. You know, I'll get back to you. And he left there. And, you know, Jeremy was, you know, he comes from an aristocratical background. He's a posh boy, you know, and his family have got deep entrenched contacts. And so he ended up going to the SAS, right?
Did he?
He went to the SAS. He had some top SAS soldier.
Army soldier, man.
Some top geezer. He said, Wayne, he said, this geezer, he said, when we was doing the podcast, he said there was an article a few years ago that came out and it named the top 100 military people in the UK. And he said he was on that list, the geezer that was looking after me. He said, this geezer
on that list,
in wars everywhere, you know, and he said, I said to the fella, you know, like these gangsters and that, they've got guns and that, what are you going to do then? And he just said, mate, I've got a machine gun in the boot of the car. Don't worry about it. And they, you know, no one ever came again, you know.
But the funny thing is, yeah, I'm glad we're touching on this subject. I was telling my missus and someone else as well about the whole the good side of the rave game, but also the naughty side.
Yeah,
and
behind the scenes.
We tend not to talk about it.
Yeah,
and I'm glad we're talking about. You know, we'll talk about the good times. Let's talk about the bad times. And I'm glad you're touching on that. I was telling Frost the same thing. And Frost jumped out Frost fine. I said, look, it's all well and good to talk about the rave scene, how good it was, but come on, man, it wasn't like that. It was not
for
like
us. That. Yeah, not for us. You know, Paul, because this is the thing. It's for us, the people behind the scenes. It was very different to the people that were actually out there raving. And like for anyone that's listening that wasn't part of the scene and whatever, it was a case of nobody knew what was going on to promoters behind the scenes, you know. So everyone was out and they was having these amazing parties, having amazing times of their lives, but they didn't know what was happening with us guys. You know,
of course not.
We're getting kidnapped, you know, barrels in the sides of our heads.
I remember when you got in trouble. I heard when you was getting a bit of grief, and I remember Dave Roberts and his family getting a bit of grief, and the whole everybody getting kidnapped. I mean, they kidnapped
it got naughty.
They're gone with my man in the boot. These are the things that people don't know. And what saved me,
and the amount of guns that was about as well, mate. You know, it was naughty, mate.
Come on.
You know, when we was in that.
You know what saved me? The riot. I said, no one wanted to fuck with me. The riot. Now, don't want to talk with him.
The farm riots.
Broadwater Farm. I don't want to talk the massively down on me. When everything knew I was. No one wanted to mess with me because at the time it was raw. It was still raw. It was still.
Mate, you had like 1,000-strong crew, mate. Like 99.9 black. No one's messing with you, dude.
Nobody was. And that's what saved me.
Yeah.
That's what saved me because of the Tottenham, and Tottenham massive realised Paul's the man. He's got this big rave, protect him. Totally. So the whole Tottenham was protecting me. I mean, there's a rave called, I don't know if I done the Black Women's Centre. Have you heard?
I've heard it. Yeah.
Well, that was a school. Funny enough, a whole school.
Yeah.
And we need a caretaker. Obviously, he's from Broadwater Farm. So we go, here's your money over the weekend. No problem. The school's yours. I had the school for the whole 2 years. You think anyone's in trouble with me in there? You think that Paul brought the jungle to the Broadwater Farm? That's all the man was saying. Paul brought the jungle to the Broadwater Farm. So you had all the weed dealers down there. They're the field day. Every weekend they can make their money with the crowd. Because the crowd was coming. We had our own car park. Remember, it's school. So we had private, it was a massive car park. The whole fucking playground was the car park, right? So the car, you never see any cars on the road. And
it's all closed in, isn't it? It's all like you're closed in, close the gates, and done.
In the school, and it was like the school was about 2,000 people. Phil had the school. It was a school.
Wow.
We had to take over the whole fucking school, but they call it the Black Women's Centre. It was a fucking school, right? And Phil had raves in there. Joe's had rave in there. I had rave in there. We knew the caretaker. This went on for 2 years, and no one knew.
Wow.
No one knew this was going on. That's how we built up a big following. And all the farmers, all the Broadwater Farm boys, they loved it. You're going to get so many weekends, so many drugs every weekend. And
have a little dance.
Leave Paul alone. No, I was like, protect. They just, Paul. Yeah. If I went there during the week, oh, you know, I big man, what go on, be my next dance, and they just love me. They just love me to the bone.
Yeah, mate.
And because they were making their money every weekend, and I didn't ask for no money. It was good that they had weed and drugs because they were gonna go in there, puff their weed, and the people who went in, they didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, everyone was cool.
They felt safe. All these out-of-towners, like the kids from out of town who don't know nothing, who came from Essex and God knows where, come to the school, rave, and went out and got Tottenham matches. They're wicked, Dad. They felt safe because we protected them. Yeah,
that's important.
We had to protect the crowd. I said, no little scallywags or roughnecks and coming in and making it or robbed. They never got robbed. I've never heard any being robbed. Nah, none of that. This company, wicked party, man. Wicked party. Wicked party. Yeah, wicked party. So what I did, and I found that a few other people there saying duds. So I get them out. So bring them out, but they want the party to be running. So no, don't sell no fucking duds in here, mate. Leave them alone. So for anyone selling the duds, we threw them out. Get haul them out. In other words,
because they soon get found out, didn't they?
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. We secure our own party, basically. We secure our own party. We saw being a promoter. One thing about me, I might be a promoter, but I'm a security man at the same time. So I will go around, make sure my party's running smooth, no problems, no drug dealings, any wrong, and get them out and things like that. So
I used to do that as well.
No one knows these things.
I used to do it. People would be looking at you like, mate, this is an acid party. It's a warehouse, for fuck's sake. Yeah. I'd be like, mate, I don't care. You can't do that.
You can't do the same thing. I do it to this day. I still do it now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've got to stop doing it. It's in your blood. And people don't understand it.
You can't get it out.
I don't get involved with it. I've been in the game too long to be getting involved, getting drunk, I can't be doing all that. I'm running a party. So I walk around. People say, why are you walking around? Because I'm watching you from over here. Because I'm tall. I can see from over there. So I want to know what's going on in my party. I'd like to know what goes on in my party. So I don't need to walk around with entourage. I just walk around and see what's going on. I want to see how the DJ perform. I want to see how the crowd react. I want to see how you got to monitor your party. You said in the food to take your money. It's not a very good thing, is it?
No, who's running your party? And it's like, see you later, mate.
Yeah, who's running your party? I mean, you're running the party. So are you going to leave the DJs to run the party? Or are you going to leave the MC to run the party? Or are you going to leave the crowd to run who's actually running your party?
Totally, mate. That's what I used to do.
That's so important, you know.
Well, one of you on the firm have to do that, don't they?
You or me are running this party, not you. So if I don't like what you're playing, you take that music off and play what I paid to play.
Yeah.
Not about your ego. I'm like, when we get into that, but there's a lot of that. We've got to deal with a lot of that as well.
Yeah,
you know?
that came, didn't it?
But, DJs, they ruined the parties.
Well, that whole superstar DJ thing was bizarre, It was. I mean, even if you watch videos today, any top DJ you see, everyone's just filming them, standing around with cameras on them. It's so weird. I don't know where
that super DJ scenario came from because, like you said earlier, I got DJs in my books, and you probably yours as well, who are nobodies because smash a bang out a party. Dude, there wasn't no cameras then. There was no super. I used to pay £50 for some of these DJs, and some of these DJs for this day, like Andy C, and Andy C, and I remember, you got to pick up people like Brett, Telepathy Brett. He found Andy C. He found this guy Andy C. Wow. Yeah, Telepathy Brett. I remember Brett brought Andy C to me at Rocket Holloway Road when a little kid, and I remember I said to him, "Who is this?" He goes, "New Kid on the Block." I go, come on. New Kids on the Block, we're betting up and coming. Look at the household names now,
Massive,
come on, I know everybody's names, right? Yeah. But when Andy C came on the scene and he came to me when he was young, and I said, "Who's this kid?" He goes, "Oh," I said, "Here's a dub plate." He's never seen a dub plate in his life. He goes, "What's this dub plate? Spin that for me. Let me hear you play."
That's a heavy record.
You nicked it. He nicked my dub. He nicked it because he can't seen it. Where's my dub? Oh, I haven't got your dub. The guy stole my dub because he's never seen a dub before. So
that's big, in the bag. Andy C, mate. That's massive, mate.
That was back in the days. That's when he first come on the
scene. Of course,
he's
like internationally known now. Yeah.
Well, I'm like, but there's loads of DJs and MCs like that we've found
on the come up.
Like them two from Essex. I mean, they're my boys. Them two from Essex. I remember.
You named them, didn't you?
Named Darren and Dean. Them two from Essex. I could have no name. What's your DJ name? Oh, okay, you're them two from Essex.
That's classic from you as well. Yeah, man, you're them too. That's it.
But people understand that word, that them is a Jamaican word. So when you said them, They didn't know what I was. Them two mystics, yeah, them two mystics, and it stuck with them. It stuck with Darren and
yeah, yeah. He played at my last Genesis party.
Yeah, see, we made so much. I remember as well. No one saw MCing.
No one was doing MCing.
There was no Chalky White then. There was no MCing. There was no MCing. No one done. There was no MCs in 88.
Yeah, there was no MCs. There were definitely not in 88. I mean, I think by the summer of 89, I remember there was like an MC at Sunrise or something. You know,
but what's it? You can remember it?
I can't remember if it was Chester or one of them dudes.
Chester, was it Chester?
Chester, I think so. It's like I do remember a MC, and the reason I remember it is because I didn't want MCs at my party, you know. And the only ever time I heard an MC at my party was when one of the DJs, he kept shouting out Genesis in the mic. And I remember I was in one of the back rooms somewhere counting the money and stuff. And I was like, what's he stop bloody doing that? You know? But then years later, that's one of the things that I remember about the party. Him just going, Genesis 89, Genesis, you know?
Yeah. Like, Rat Pack, Everson Allen. I mean, mate. I was coming from South. I was coming from Astoria, a trip, and at that time it was like Astoria, that trip out of Astoria, and we was going back to North London. So I got, there's a rave in North London. I goes, where?
Well, brother, we should definitely get back to the trip. We should definitely talk about the trip.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about it because I'll go back to it in a minute. When I left the trip and I went, they said there's a rave in North London. I goes, where? He goes, Roseby Avenue. Oh, yeah, okay. Where's Roseby? Where? Roseby Avenue? No, Roseby Avenue up in Islington. It's on the way home. So I went, through past there. It's simple, by the way. And went to this way. I can't see no cars. It's quiet. They got through the door here. Went to the door. Went in the lift. Went in the lift. Where the fuck we going? Went downstairs. Man, wasn't banging. Went downstairs, right? It was banging down there. It was ram. And that's what I said. The first time I saw a guy on the mic, it was Everson Allen.
Everson. Go on, Everson.
Yeah, things of them. Rat Pack. Rat Pack. The crowd's going, whoa. I said, fuck.
Well, they got everyone focused, didn't it? You know?
Look at the fuck is that? I was telling my ease and do what I was doing, and what the fuck? I said, yeah, this is it, man. And then when I said, when I do my party, that's what I'm gonna fucking do. And when I done my party after yours, same thing. I went on the mic, I was on the mic, Patrick was on the, I was DJ, Patrick was on the mic. We both on the mic doing our thing, and the kids are like this.
Excellent.
They've never seen an MC before, so they're all like bass in the face. We were just saying anything, right? Bass in the face, hear the bass. This is a new sound. We're just making things on the spot. We were buzzing half of the time, and so things were flowing out of our heads anyway. But the fascination was the kids from out of London. Never seen an MC before. Never seen black guys on the mic doing what we're doing, and all I've got was like this. No one's raving. Nobody's raving. Like 500 people looking at you like not even raving. Just like, whoa. If one does it, everybody does it. So like everybody's like, hey, you're not raving. We like what you're doing. Keep it going. We just ignore it. And I never. So the MC is, and that came later on down the line. But
yeah. And the thing with the Everson, I mean, he had that place for a while. You know.
Yes, he did. He did.
And from the first day I ever went out flying, Everson was out flying.
Yes,
for the very first day.
He's been in the game as long as all of us.
Yeah, mate.
And I've learned a lot from him. I'm not ashamed to lie. I learned a lot from Rat Pack because he was doing all the MCing. He was in North London before he became Rat Pack a DJ. He had the old outfit, Rat Pack outfit. It was like, man. And not in that say, I have a black guy can do it. So he gives you inspiration. If he can, I can do it. So it give me little inspiration. If he can do it, I can do it. And
totally,
you know what I mean?
And you did.
Yeah.
And you did.
Damn right, fucking did.
Like that King's Cross warehouse. So the first Fantastic Ibiza parties, like where were they?
Well, the first one we done was at Stoke Newton, like I said. The first ones were on Church Street, and then we went to Stoke Newton High Road, the BP petrol station. The BP petrol Tottenham High Road. Behind it, do you know that thing called? Do you know there's a black centre behind it?
Vaguely.
Still there now. You can buy weed there. You can go there right now and buy weed. It's still there to this day. There's a big unit behind. It's a big unit behind. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
nice.
back then there's like it was called a melody mix. Some people call it
Oh, Mellow Mix.
yes.
Oh, Mellow Mix. Don't you remember? That's where you met my dad there. Do you remember when you did that New Year's Eve party?
We see that same
Claude. Remember Claude? I don't know if you remember Claude.
Well,
That's my dad.
that same place I knew you.
I remember that night.
Because I remember I'd done orgasm in that time.
Orgasm. That was it. That was it.
Yeah, I'd done orgasm there. But the one thing you're talking about, that gaff there, I started right there. That's why I knew it was there.
Yeah,
That's why I knew
mate.
it was there. You know what I mean?
They was all there. I used to go down there. You know, my dad used to be down there.
Remember the black run by Rastamen? After they run by Rastamen.
Yeah, Bertie and that. Yeah.
You could do your party. When they see all the white people turn out, what the hell?
I know. But they were funny because they was all like, counting the money, weren't they? They were so funny.
Yeah, they were counting the money before it came to the door. You know,
because I came that night. I actually came down that night, but I came while you were setting up.
Yes.
And I came down. I came and said hello and everything, you know. And it was like, but all those like those Jamaican lot, they were all like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna earn some big money tonight."
Who knows what he's doing?
I was like, "You ain't gonna earn no money tonight. What are you talking about? It's his party. It's New Year's Eve."
I earned all the money. I went home. They got paid long time. I paid them long time. They got vexed with me. They turned around and said, you make all that money, jammed the tops upstairs and downstairs, made all the money, and come back and I was driving. And then I came back the following day and paid them from a Jeep. I came out of a Jeep. Oh, look at the man going by a Jeep, look, Mercedes Jeep.
Yeah. I know. It's like, dude.
Come on, guys. Just all the time.
I remember them.
I drive it all the time, but I just drew it to that day. Oh, he ran by a Jeep and little making all that money. I said, I stopped watching what I got and stopped. Let's make some money. But that was back then. I mean, that was back then.
I mean, that was what was that about? 95, 96?
Yeah, that's we're talking about 94, 95. That was
94,
that was
95, yeah.
I was running the same. A lot of people didn't realize it. I'll tell my missus, they didn't realize I was running Jungle Splash and Orgasm at the same time.
Wow, mate.
No one knew.
Busy, Paul, mate.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
And the thing about them, they're two very different parties as well, aren't they?
Yeah, but right. Yeah. Reason why I'm glad you said what you said. Yeah. Because people don't understand the rave game. The rave game is like this. The original rave game was house music. Yeah. All house. There was no jungle, there was no breakbeat, there was nothing. It was strictly house music. And it had a different twist to it, yeah. Different DJs, Pete Tong, John Paul, Tom Tall Paul, whatever you want to call these DJs at the time. All these fancy DJ names. They were the rich sort of DJs.
Yeah, they were the high-end boys, yeah.
And you know, people understand they started the rave scene because them lot was in the rave scene with Sunrise. Yeah, when I just saw them rich kids come to Sunrise. And obviously they branched off and done things like Kinky Linky and all these other little postural raves. And they kept away from the warehouses sort of thing. So I saw that and I thought, you know what, I could do that, it's easy. And I've set up Orgasm for that crowd. For that sort of crowd. They want to keep the authentic warehouses. But they want to be now booted and suited.
And they were dressy, wasn't it? It was very dressy, beautiful women.
Lamborghinis. So what I do, because I understood it. I understood the game. So, and the way they were using certain shops, like high boutique shops for ticket out agents, you know, top end boutique shops, like ticket agency. I clocked that. I said, I said, all right, they're not using record shops, they're using actually high end. So I used to go around to all the high-end shops, go, look, open a ticket shop and get you. And they go, no problem, mate. And I said, I done it, you know. So I caught what they were doing and followed them what they were doing and follow what they were. And then, Wayne, you know, funny enough, I used to follow the raves. Wherever they went, I used to follow them.
Yeah.
And one day I got this blonde bird and I said, look, went to the fancy dress shop and bought some outfits. Yeah. Excellent. I said, and I'm going to bring you, we're going to go back into the Hangor day with the swords, of, you know, with the big wigs and the spots on the corner, that sort of thing. I said, dress up, let's go right back to the Victorian times, even further back to electric. Okay.
Dapper.
We got all the fancy outfit, yeah. I dressed up, right? And she dressed up, and we had this, and we stood outside the raves, like these fancy raves, all down in like on the embankment. This one was on an embankment at the time.
Yeah.
And it was one of them posh raves. And we knew that they'd be buzzing. We knew they'd be in there buzzing. So we goes, right, we stand outside, hunger, take a scroll. But these big boxes, and she's standing there with a box with the scrolls on them, and they were taken, buzzing there, fancy, the reading the scroll, join this orgasm party. And we were dressed up. It worked. You know, the following day, they were taking all the strolls. Everybody was taking a stroll. Like, I'll take a stroll. They all coming out buzzing. Imagine being on the Thames and seeing me dressed up like that. It must have thrown you back into time. Mate. Must have done.
Well, you're a tall lad as well, aren't you? You're not a short lad. You're a tall lad as well.
Yeah, and I was dressed up and everything. My mates all dressed up. The girls all dressed up. So you can imagine you're buzzing on the E, and you're coming out of one of these parties. We're dressed up like in the Victorian times, and it throws you back on the day. You're on the Thames, and it sort of throw you back into history. Yeah, they must have been, wow. They went, fuck, that wicked buzz. Done it when I done it to me. I think that's work. So we've done that for the whole period, and then the next day we went to our office. We sat down at the office, waiting for the post, wait, people post it. Yeah. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday come, and they started coming in. Oh, we want to join your party. We love your party. People putting condoms on the scrolls, sending the scrolls with condoms and things like that. And the mailing list grew so big, it grew. I said, well, wicked, it worked. And that, so I mentioned I got Chelsea Football Club. I kept that high end.
Yeah.
I kept that running on the high end. Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, because they used to do parties in the Chelsea Football Club. Yeah.
I kept it, I went to the BBC, got all the props at the BBC because I knew I had to get into the BBC. So I got into the BBC, got all the props out of there because I was doing the same props I was getting at the BBC. I was getting the same props out for Jungle Splash. The guy got to know me. Go, oh, you do all these parties? Goes, yeah, I do all these parties. And he goes, come down with a lorry. He goes, pull it out. He goes, don't tell no one. He took all the stuff out the BBC.
Excellent, mate.
All the props out the BBC, so I could dress the building. So let's dress that one like that. Let's dress Jungle Splash like that. So things like that. People don't know these things.
Yeah,
mate. You know, the drapes. I just do this.
It was well thought out.
There's a guy who do the drapes. I'd get black drapes. Some people call them dark cloth. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, black drape, a big heavy black drape. That can hide a lot of sins. It hides a lot of sins. Yeah. This guy had a big warehouse full of them. So we used to hide them from him. They were heavy. They rolled like big rolls, right? But they were fucking heavy, man. They were like heavy.
They're heavy. I've used them in filming.
Load of sins. Yeah, man. You can cover the whole warehouse. And it hides all the rubbish behind it. It looks all posh, all this velvet carpet, all this velvet, black velvet, all round the warehouse, and all chandeliers. And come on, I dressed for the tent. Come on, man. It cost a lot of money, but it made the place look fucking beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did what it said on the tin, because you had that little flyer, and you had quite an unusual flyer, wasn't it? Kind of unfolded.
I found one. You know, the funny I found one the other day. It starts like that, but it opens up.
Starts flat, doesn't it? I've got one. Yeah. I've got one somewhere.
I found one. I can do it right now and show you public. I love it.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent, mate. Because that's the thing. You know, Paul's doing all of these parties. He's doing Jungle Splash. You know, he's doing Orgasm, and Orgasm. It had quite a high end crowd. You know, so it was a lot of people who really dressed up. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. I found it every day.
One.
Look,
it's good flyer, mate. That was a really good flyer, brother.
Really so found the other day, look.
Yeah, man.
And he folds back into a little
square like thing,
back into a square.
Fantastic flyer.
And these are little things we used to do, and that's for that rich crowd.
Makes a difference.
Exactly the same time as Jungle Splash. No one knew. I would dress up in my suit, go to one of my own raves, walk around, make sure everything's running. Because at that time you had no bar, you've got to buy your money from a little box. You couldn't no money can actually go over the counter.
Yeah, no money can exchange hands because it was not licensed. Right.
And then so
promoters got around it by using tokens, and so you go and buy a token and you're presented at the bar.
Buttons. We did the weird little trick. We know that.
Yeah.
Little tricks like that. And what happened was, all I used to go check the booth, make it loads of money. I see that I'm going back up the road. Go to Jungle Splash, put my army stuff on now, and walk to Jungle Splash. He goes, you're not going on. You're right,
No, brother, so you were doing parties on the same night?
Same night.
You're mental, Paul.
I never get it. I was doing Finbars, Road Express. I was doing Road Express that night. Yeah. And I had Sugar House Lane in Bow Film Studios.
I mean, they're quite far apart as well.
Yeah?
They're quite far apart as well, isn't they?
Yeah, running, I jumped in my Jeep, went to Edmonton, back to East London, all during the night, all night. No one knew what I was doing. One man knew what I was doing, a guy called Wallace. He was only he knew what I was doing. He goes, Paul, man, you're fucking cleaning it, man. You're fucking cleaning. Yeah, but they don't know me. I was working. Mate. And then and you see what happened in like Monday now or Tuesday, we go and get ticket money. It was lovely. I go get the ticket money from one record shop, walk down the road. Where you going? I'm going to go get my money from this shop. Huh? What's that record shop? But no, it's one of my boutiques. Pick the money. So my boys that I was working
with, like Sign of the Times and things like that, wasn't it? In Kensington, that was like one of the boutiques. They all used to do their sell tickets. And...
Yeah, remember? But there were the days. I mean, that's what records up before there. I mean, so the boys I was working with at the time, they were jealous. You know, they seen that Paul's making too much money, doing that party down the road. I said, well, I did ask you guys, so you want to come in with me at first, but you said no, you wanted to keep doing your orgasm. I said, well, I see something cooking over here, and you don't know what the jungle's cooking. If I don't jump into this, I'm going to lose out. So I'm not going to lose out for that. So I jumped on the jungle by myself and got on with it and kept the two parties up because I was the brains behind this one anyway. I'm the brains behind all guys. Once I walk away, it collapses, and that's what happened. When I walked away, they thought that the boys. Because one thing about the rave game, you need a host. I didn't want to be the host. Yeah.
I was going to say, without you, it's nothing.
Yeah. That's what I said. I don't want to be the host. So I meant you not gonna be the host. Yeah. Because I don't want to be the host. I run the party. Make sure the drinks is there. Make sure the wearers is there. But you could be the host of the night. So these two stars I made, we made them the host for the orgasm, but it went to their heads. You know what I mean? When it went to their head, they thought they were actually running the party, but it was actually me running the party. So the hosting went to their heads. They were like, Jimmy and Steve, they run orgasm, they're running orgasm. Yeah, that's what you don't think, but it went on for a while. I made them believe that they were running the party, but little did they know I was fucking running the party.
Well, they knew. They knew.
When they got above their head, I mean, you know what? I'm not doing it no more. And I pulled the rug from underneath their feet, and they collapsed. Boom, they collapsed because they didn't run it. It was you were just the host.
It was exactly. You created the whole infrastructure behind it.
The whole infrastructure.
Without you, it's the same as Genesis. Without us, no one's going to.
Come on, I know, Wayne. I know how it is, and that's why today I got the same philosophy.
Yeah, me too, mate.
My brain's the same. Without us, this scene, you would have no fucking scene. You know, you going like you have no scene. If I pull this, the scene fucks. So you have to understand the scene has grown. Obviously, it's grown over the years, and there's more promoters and there's more money involved. But back then, we can pull the plug and you're on your fucking face, bro. No matter what rate
and it's like what you said, that you were actually a proper party promoter, where these guys, they're not really party promoters. So once you pulled the rug from under their feet, it was over for them, wasn't it?
It was over for them. And one thing
they didn't do any more parties, you know.
And you know the funny thing, and one thing about me, didn't get involved. Didn't get involved with the drinking or the smoking or the e-popping. I didn't all them years. I didn't. Reason why that happened. One time, Phil got in trouble, and the reason why that I'm gonna go to that because Phil got in trouble one time, and got locked up. Yeah, Phil, man, where are you?
Oh, mate, that's all you need as well, isn't it?
Fucking, they give you 9 months. They're gonna fucking run this fucking party. So he got 9 months. He got 9 months that Friday. I done the party on the Saturday. We all came onto my flat here where I am now, and we all sat in the all of us, all in the front, everybody's buzzing, everybody's that. And I realised that who's running the parties? Now Phil's gone, all this bag of money, everything in my house. I do know half of them who's in my house, right? Everybody's on the eaves, buzzing that man. I got a bag of money, and I'm watching them, and I'm ironing the money like that because it's all wet. You know, man, the money's all fucking wet. Yeah. So I got the ironing board. He goes, "What you got the ironing board though? Who's gonna sort out this money? You got to give wet money to people." So while they was buzzing in my flat, I got the ironing board
out. Ironing your money.
And I was watching everything in the room while I was doing it. You know, I go, you know what? I'm gonna fucking take over this. It looks like no one's got nothing. It's like nobody realized this is where it is. I'm running. You're buzzing. I could rob you, all of you guys now. I can literally rob all of you lot, and you wouldn't know what's happening. And from that, I said, if I can do that, they can do it to me. If I've been, so I just make sure I earned out the money, stacked it away. Then I put my ease, and I got involved with what they were doing. And then from that day onwards, I said, that's it. I'm taking no more drugs. I'm going to straight. And I realised everybody around me all over the place and fucking like
people watching. And
messy. And I started, and you start to see things. You start to see things that you wouldn't see before because you're in it. And I said, no more taking ease on the raves. So I didn't take. They did. I didn't.
I tell you what happened to me one day. Why I ended up taking that same role that you took, and the reason I took it, you know, obviously I had two partners, and we were doing a party with Sunrise, And we'd only just met Tony. Like, we didn't know Tony, you know.
Right,
And I remember me, Tony, and Keith was in the back room counting all the money, and it was, you know, it was like black bags of money coming from the door, you know. And it was New Year's Eve, and so I said to Keith, I'm coming back in a sec, and I kind of went to get something or nothing. I wasn't going out there to rave, and then I was on my way back, walking through the crowd, and I bumped into Keith. I said to Keith, "What are you doing? Why aren't you in the office with Tony?" He said, "Oh, he's all right. He won't take anything." I said, "What?" So I rushed back to the room, and from that moment, I said, "Right, that's it. I'm always going to stay with the money."
Yeah, that's right.
Years later, right, literally about 20 years later, Tony and I, we were in his villa in Spain. I went and met him in his villa in Spain. It was my birthday. And, you know, we were buzzing or whatever, you know, and he said, "Wayne, you know, I've got a bit of a confession to make to you." So I was like, "Oh, what, mate?" He said, "Mate," he said, "you know, like when we did that party on New Year's Eve." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Well," he said, "I didn't really know you guys, you know." I said, "Yeah." He said, "And at one time, Keith left me in the room on my own." And I said, "Mate, I remember when he did it." He said,
I told you.
He said, and he left me with all this money. And he said, "I knew that I couldn't put the money on my persons because you'd kill me, you know?" So he said, "So I was looking around the room thinking, where can I hide some money?" He said, and I looked up at the ceiling. He said, and there were holes in the ceiling. He said, so I jumped up on the table, and he said, and I was just stuffing loads of cash, all money, because it was uncounted money in these bags, you know?
Yeah, so back in them days, that's right.
He said, I was just putting it all through the ceiling, you know? And then he said, and then at the end of the day, when everyone was gone, he said, I went upstairs. He said, thinking not, because he didn't know where the holes led to, you know?
Right.
He said, I went upstairs, and he said, and the wind had been blowing money all over the warehouse. He said, and he said, it was thousands of pounds. He said, so I was running around picking it up, thinking, if they come upstairs, they are going to absolutely kill me, you know?
Is that what happened? Is that what happened?
And he said, it's been burning me for 10 years, you know? And he said, because I
I
like you, you know, I wanted to tell you. And I was like, Tone,
I have to tell the story.
I remember the day, Tone, because I saw Keith and I was like, what are you doing leaving him in there on your own? And I made that decision, like you, that no, I'm going to stay with the money. I ain't partying. I'm not running about. I mean, we worked with one guy in the early days, In Search of Space Patrick, bless him, you know? I got nothing against the guy. But we were in the back room and he'd be on the stage, you know, thanking everyone for coming. You know, like things like that. Like, on the front of the stage, you know. Like in those days, we'd run out of drinks and we'd go to 7-Eleven and buy everything in 7-Eleven.
Buy everything in 7-Eleven, all the ice, everything. Same.
Not many people that can say these things, can they, mate? You know what I mean?
Come on.
We went to 7-Eleven on a regular basis and went, we want everything in the shop.
There was no 24-hour shop. There was not something that the Indian had a 24-hour shop or Greek man. There was no 24-hour shop. 7-Eleven was the 24-hour shop in Archway, and my one was one in Archway, one in fucking Crouching where I live. And these are the shops we got. We knew they were open. We've got anywhere in the world from West London. Buy the ice,
crazy.
Bloody hell, man. We got a party. We need some drink. At that time, you didn't need alcohol. All you need is soft drink.
No, it's all soft drinks. No alcohol. Yeah. I mean, they was shocked. Can you remember? Do you remember the first time you went in there? I went in there. I said, mate, can I buy every non-alcoholic drink you got? And have you got any more at the back?
Like, looking at you.
So once you pulled the money out, I'm like, mate, I'm serious.
They went behind the back, didn't they? And with the ice,
mate.
All the ice, we bought all their drink, cleaning out.
They did well. 7-Eleven did well from Acid House, man.
Come on, man. They paid. They paid us.
Same as Lucasade, innit? Same as Lucasade, same as Ribena. They earned a fortune.
They must have wondered what the hell the sales have gone up over the weekend. Why the sales have gone up all of a sudden? Ribena and Lucasade. Huh?
Yeah. Especially when Adamski did that front cover. Remember when he did that front cover?
Yes.
With the Lucasade bottle, you know? And I remember I read a story. I did say it to him because I spoke to him.
And that was it.
Yeah. And I remember I saw but I didn't know if it was press or not, you know? And he told me, no, that was true. But what happened was some record executive from one of the major labels, his kid had a copy of the record. And he kind of saw it, this executive, and said, what's that? And he's going, oh, this is Adamski. And the guy was a senior position at Lucasade, at the company that produced Lucasade. And they sued him.
Did they?
They sued him.
Well, but
mate.
you knew that he's making them so much money.
Yeah,
So
all that money they were making, and they sued him
off a
for
legal
about
day.
$3.5 grand.
They sued him for
Which was a lot at the
$3.5 grand.
time.
Yeah, of course it is. And
It's
did he
not
get
like
it? Did they get it?
Yeah, they
Did they
got
get the
it.
$3.5
But
grand?
what they did, what they did was they arranged it to go to a charity. So in the end, it was like, okay, you pay $3.5 grand to that charity, and we'll let it go. And so that's what they did.
Right.
Yeah. But it's still though, mate.
Okay.
How many drinks did you sell because of that cover?
Come on, man.
You
Tons.
know?
But they don't want to say that, do
Tons,
they?
mate. No,
on the
mate.
cover.
You know. So, brother, so how did you get that King's Cross? Because I feel like, did that King's Cross warehouse, is that the one that kind of made you guys?
Because
I never ever got to come to your parties.
Gilbert Winters. Gilbert.
Yeah.
Remember Gilbert?
I know the name.
Yeah, you remember Gilbert? You heard of Gilbert.
Yeah, I remember the name.
Yeah,
definitely.
well, Gangster Gilbert, Black Gangster
Oh,
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, the A-Team Gilbert.
Remember
yeah?
Gilbert Winter? His name gave Gilbert.
A-Team Gilbert.
No Gilbert, right? Winter, right? Cotton Club. Yeah, that's it. Gangster Gilbert. Yeah, Cotton Club time. Well, you remember
I used to go Cotton Club as well, man.
on Kings and High Road.
Okay.
You know, who did it? Who did it?
Yeah, mate.
Who didn't go Cotton?
Yeah,
Anybody
Joe and that.
In the gangster world, will go there, yeah. And I used to go
Club,
there.
Mate.
You meet all the,
and they're all geezers in there as well, isn't it? Because I was just a kid, you know. And it's just all big man in there, isn't it? Yeah.
All the big boys. Like I said, a lot of people don't understand. I was a kid at the time, so I was fascinated seeing all these the older men
that
doing
tiny
their
little
thing,
place.
Gangster men and blah.
Yeah,
tiny little place.
Tiny place.
Little basement.
Yeah,
very tiny.
Turned over a lot of money in there, didn't they?
but the people in there, influence people, money men.
They're all money people.
Money men. Black, white, you name it, gangsters. They're in there. They're the money men. I had to go there and I could do youth man and go right, okay. But that's how I knew Gilbert had the place. Gotcha. And I'm gonna give you a story. When I was running the warehouse, like I said, with Fantastic Ibiza and from Stoke Newton, so we wanted to step it up. We need a big warehouse.
Yeah.
And someone goes to me, go and see Gilbert. Gilbert? I know Gilbert. So I went down the road, saw Gilbert. Gilbert, I heard he got a warehouse. He goes, yeah, I got a big one. I heard that you're doing acid parties, boys. He goes, I got a big warehouse. But where's that? He goes, King's Cross. So I go to myself, okay. Went over there, had a look. I said, oh, this place is big. Wayne, it was big. I said,
I never got to see it. Was it massive?
I got to cordon it off. It's too big. It's too big, man. Wow. So I phoned Phil. I said, Phil, want to come do a raid with me? He goes, what? I found a warehouse. He goes, where? He goes, King's Cross. It's too big for me, man. And I just started out. I'm coming from Stoke Newton now.
Mate.
You know, so,
and you're building your confidence up as well.
Yeah. So I said to him, come with me. Let's do it together. He goes, and my shoulder, he goes, fucking hell, mate. It's big in here, innit? He goes, yeah, come, let's do it. Who owns it? I got a guy called Gilbert. And he goes, okay, no problem. So we've got the warehouse and we've done our first party. And we've only got like 1,500 people there. But for us, it was good, but it wasn't enough money to pay Gilbert. Gilbert wanted $5,000 that night. He wanted $5,000 night. He said, I want $5,000 that night, and I want XYZ by the end of the month. Like he wanted $35,000.
What?
At the end of the night. Yeah, that's what he wanted. That's like remember we're kids, remember? Yeah, so he's bullying me and Phil like, I want $35,000 by the end of the month.
Because just so people know, I mean, Gilbert was a scary gangster geezer. He's a grown man. Yeah.
He's a big. Well, I'm gonna get to the story. If I tell you the story, he's a serious guy. I liked him. I liked him about it. That's what made his character. He was a black guy, talks Cockney, got all these entourage around him. All right, mate. All right, and like you're fascinated by it. I'm like a little yardie kid, talking my Cockney, my yardie accent. He's like Cockney accent. I'm sort of fascinated by it all. But anyway, cut a long story short, he owned the warehouse and he he goes, right, I want $35,000. I said, Phil, he wants $35,000. I said, we ain't got $35,000 to give him. I said, let's do the party and then we see what happens. So we've done the party and we never had enough money. We only had $5,000 in the suitcase. So we had to show him down to the office. He goes, he was sitting in he swung the office chair around. So we only saw the back of the chair.
Proper gangster shit.
He turned the chair around. Yeah, bro. He goes, well, I want my $35,000. So he's talking to the wall. He ain't actually talking to us. He goes, where's my $35,000? I said, look, I can't. We didn't make 35 grand that night, but here's 5 grand here, right? And I'll pay the rest. Yeah, I said, when
5 grand's a nice amount of money.
Yeah, I said 5 grand. There's 5 grand in the suitcase there now. And when we do our next party, I'll bump it. I'm gonna get you 35 grand. Oh, you better do it. I remember you said we got to work. We got to wear it for 4 weeks, innit? Remember you said, oh, as long as you make my 35 grand, I don't give a fuck. I said we've got to wear it for 4 weeks, so we're not going anywhere.
Nice.
So next week now we've done that 1,500p. The following week now, like 2,000 people turn up. Yeah. It starts to grow now. Yeah.
Did you have radio support at this time? Because I know there was loads of radio stations used to speak about Fantastic Ibiza. So were they pushing you at this point?
No, they weren't. Okay. They weren't.
Okay.
Fantastic Ibiza came. No, because this is the Strictly Mouth. There was the only station I was on that time running it was RJR, and that was a reggae station, Fat Man station.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to run. Me and my brother used to play on there every Sunday. Every Sunday we used to play.
But you used to talk about it on there, did you?
Yeah, we used to talk about it all the time. That's what all of North London knew about it.
That's where I remember hearing it. Is that it must be that station?
We used to go to all the reggae stations. Yeah. So we knew after the Reggae FM, Jam FM, all these little pirates that what we knew. We can go in there and do our thing, and then we go in there and talk about it on a Saturday or maybe on a Sunday, more likely on a Sunday. So that's what that was happening. So getting back to the warehouse now. So we've done the raid. We've done the raid. I said, look, there's too much money in the warehouse. We've got to take this money out. I'm going to do it. So I've got to take this money out. I can't leave these 2 black bags of money in here. And with the party just started, it was only about like 12 o'clock. And it went 2 big bags of money. And where people were still coming in. And I said, I can't leave this money here. I've got to take it out. And I said, well, you go. Phil goes, no, Phil was locked up then. Phil banged up. He wasn't on the second party. But Phil's gone. He's gone on the first party, right?
Oh, so mate, you're on your own.
Phil's gone. Phil's locked up, got 9 months, right? So I'm by myself now. What the fuck am I doing with all this money? I said, John Maguire. I said, look, here's your house key. So you give me the house keys. I went and jumped in the car with 2 security men. But I didn't go straight to the house. What I did with them, I drove them around the whole of Tottenham, up, down, up, there, left, right, to confuse them, right? Parked them away from the house, climbed over a few gardens, over this garden, went to the house, hid it in the washing machine, and done the same thing, and said, let's just go. Where do you go? I said, don't worry about it. And let's go, because I know they'll come and break the fucking house, right? So don't fucking worry about it. Let's go back. When I went back to the warehouse, Wayne, I said, who's this guy? Didn't know he's got the door. So, who's this guy? They took over the rave.
No way.
Brooke Gilbert brought his boys.
No way.
They took over the rave. They took the door. They took the fucking. They took everything. I said, that's like how your one's running, Wayne. They took everything. I said, wow. What the fuck? So when I went in the front, I said, Gilbert, they go, where's my money? I go, Gilbert, I'll see you over the weekend. He says, let the fucking party go. Yes, but you made loads of money. I want my money. I go, look, Gilbert. I said, look, Gilbert. I see you in a week. And he wouldn't budge. He said, I ain't going. I'm taking your fucking party, blah, blah, blah. So I said, I had to think on my feet. I had to really think on my feet. Then I went, what am I going to do, man? I'm by myself. Like, my boys all scattered around. They don't know what's fucking going on. So I grabbed 3 of the boys. I said, do me a favor. Come with me. He goes, what? We're going to grab Gilbert. He's the main man. Let's hold him to ransom. The rest will follow. Right?
Go on, son.
He's nice. He's thrown. I had a baseball bat on his head, and my boys had him up. You had him up. Anyway,
go on, son.
Like your style.
Excellent.
Like your style, Paul. Love it. Fear cop. I see you on Monday. That's happened. He goes, I like your style. That's what he said.
Wow.
Your style. He knew.
Respected you, man.
We'll brook you up before your boys come.
Yeah. So you're going. Whatever happens, you're gone.
What happens, you're dead. Yeah. But your boy, we do not. But you're
going to
get
it after. Yeah. But you're gone,
like
mate.
Your style. He said, I like your style. Love it. See you on Monday. And he left.
Fantastic.
And we've been friends ever since.
You couldn't have handled it a better way than that.
We paid him his money.
Yeah.
Paid him his money. Paid him 35 grand. He was happy picking shit.
God,
we paid him his 35 grand, picking shit, and he loved us and we loved him, and became good friends in the end. But at the same time, and then at the end, he started to be a bit naughty. What he was doing now, right? He had another warehouse around the back. So he get it to Rat Pack. So Fantastic Ibiza was on that day, and Rat Pack was on round the back of me on the same day. So I went round there. I was like, what the fuck you doing around there, Alan? Oh, you can't trouble me. I go, what do you mean I can't trouble you? What do you mean by that? He goes, oh, well, Gilbert sent me down there. I go, yeah, Gilbert sent me down there, did he? Give your fucking flyers. I took his I threw him over the railway, right? I took his son and threw him over the railway, right? You fucking tell Gilbert I said. Right, you're not fucking having a party here. You tell him what Paul says it, yeah? You're not fucking double. And he went off, and Gilbert came, and he like that time he was driving some Bentley or whatever. He pulled up on a Bentley. Goes,
proper gangstered up.
Yeah, he pulled up on a Bentley. He put up on a Bentley. He went to me, yeah, Paul, man, you're not fucking easy, are you? You're not. Yeah, we can't have two parties on the same road, Gilbert. Yeah, you're not easy, are you? All right. He fucked off, and they didn't have their party. Yeah.
He was trying his luck.
Yeah, he was trying it and I clocked it, you know what I mean? I was out there and I clocked it. But yeah, and that's how I got King's Cross.
Wow.
That's how I made
That's
Ibiza.
a great story.
Yeah, it was
a great story.
No one knows the story.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the story. Nobody. Even when we got raided, when the police raided us at the end, because what we was doing.
Is that what happened? I didn't know what happened. Is that what happened?
Yeah, what happened was, have we been in 4 weeks? We was running in 4 weeks. There was the first week, then the second week, and the third week, and the fourth week.
And you're doing well, obviously. You're paying him 35, so you're doing good.
What happened, what we was doing, when Phil was there, he go, Paul, make sure you put £400, go down to King's Cross, put £400 in the envelope and drop it in that little box they got at the desk. So I've done that and wrote there, this is from the boys from up the road.
Excellent.
From the boys from up the road. Right? And we dropped it in and they left us alone. So this was all right. They didn't bother us. Your building bother us. They left us alone. But he goes, and this is done. But when the old Bill turned to raid us, now he goes, we're not the King's Cross lot. We are the Ashes lot. So you can't, you know what?
It's not us.
It's not us. It's not the ones you've been saying. It's a different mob. So when I got to the gate now, I said, the old builder goes, where's the owner? I said, shit, but he's not here. The key owner's not here at the moment. I phoned him to try and get hold of him. He goes, phone him then. I go, he's not answering the phone. Give me a couple of hours and I'll get hold of him. So we put where we was like a warehouse where the courtyard had some lorries.
Okay.
Like industrial lorries, like proper lorries. So I thought like big fuck off lorries. My mate got into one. Somehow he started it up, reversed the big lorry through the gate, so the old Bill couldn't rush the gate. Put the lorry right across the gate like that, and locked the fuck up. They couldn't get in, the old Bill. They couldn't get in. And then we went back in the park. I go, fuck me. I was right. I went to my friend, sell all these fucking drinks. I ain't going on with all these drinks, right? So the girls put the black bucket in the middle of the dance floor. No one knew what was going on. We had some girls, 4 girls and guys in the middle of the dance floor with buckets selling the drinks. So they were right there. So they were out in the dance floor selling the drinks. I had another bar over there. You said that. And running around the area, come on, sell. Went back, as your Bill, keeping him sweet. Went back out. I just phoned him. He said he's on his way. He said he's coming from Hart. I meant some bullshit. He's coming from blah, blah, about 2 hours. Yeah? He went, all right, no problem. And they stood there. They're going to get it. I mean, they're running around selling, keep selling. And to the eventually, we sold all the fucking drinks, you know.
Excellent, mate.
We sold off everything. We didn't care.
And I guess at this point, everyone knows what's going on, yeah? Did you let people know? Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Only the staff knew. Only the staff, the ravers were just raving. DJ didn't tell the fucking DJs nothing. We didn't tell them, nobody knew nothing. The only person who knew was the staff and me and running around selling the drinks. Because I didn't want to go home with these drinks. I'm not going home with them. So I went outside. Every time he said he's done it. And every 2 hours he'd be down. They got restless. It's like to get restless. It's like, oi. It's like, oi. You're having us on here. So the old people started to get restless a little bit, and then they eventually come in at about 1 o'clock. At that time, I sold all the drinks by then, and I told everybody, listen, Mr. Brown owns this party. Mr. Brown. And the old people asked who owned the party. It's Mr. Brown. Went to the gig. The guys on the sound system. It's Mr. Brown, right? You don't know me, yeah? Mr. Brown. So everyone's walking around saying, Mr. Brown. The old people, where's Mr. Brown? Oh, look at this guy called Mr. Brown. I'll find this guy. I'm in the crowd, right? I'm in the crowd. So I'm walking out with the crowd with all the money. Then the crowd, they're like, all right, party's been closed. You've got to leave. So we're walking out with the crowd. I'm walking out with the drinks, like all the drinks money. All the DJs are walking out beside me. Put it in the lorry. All the girls got in. We just dried that with the crowd, and we left. When I
It's
all the
exciting,
money,
man.
all the money came on with all the money, all the drinks, no drinks. I had no drink. I left it. I sold everything. In the end, I left what I left. Right, and went home. And the party, they didn't get raided. They didn't get their stuff confiscated neither. The local let them go home. And the party was right. Finished at 2 o'clock. So they went all night. Finished by 2 o'clock. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
We went on the same
fair.
rate of money. By 2 o'clock, we had the same lot of money. We would have it all night. All right.
Mate,
so that's how we
without the hassle.
Without the hassle. Going all night. Yeah. Like at 2 o'clock, we had the same. We was in the front. I was in the house ironing again.
Sweet brother.
I was like, every night I was bloody ironing. Trust me, I was ironing every night. Every bloody weekend I was like, because them lot was all out of their faces. But yeah, that's what happened in the end with King Cross. We got down there. And then I joined forces with Joe, because Joe had a Joe had a warehouse in Labrador. Yeah, Joe from Labrador. He had a warehouse in Labrador himself. Yeah, over across the Thames. So I joined him and thought, I got a crowd here. Well, they want to go somewhere. Go bring them here. We brought them there.
Excellent.
He ran it out down there. So I like the pipe at the time. Like, let's run away.
I know you was like from Genesis. Yeah, come this way. Yeah, come that way.
That's how it was. It was so easy.
Yeah, mate. You was very good at it.
No, I was just good. No, tell the truth, it wasn't easy. I was just braving. It was like that braving me. Come, follow me, come.
Yeah.
And like the kid's like, who's this fucking guy?
I think he looks like he knows where he's going.
Yeah, and no, and everyone's on the same buzz. Remember, you're all on the ease. I'm gonna give you a joke. I think it's one of your races. I'm gonna give you one a joke. I think it was going either 88 going into 89.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of your. Do you remember that rave in Hackney down in Mount Pleasant round the back there, Lower Clapton?
Yeah, Leaside Road. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That night there, I was going home that night.
New Year's Eve, yeah?
Yeah, New Year's Eve, yeah. New Year's Eve. I was at my friend's house. I lived on that same road where your warehouse was.
Yeah.
What I did, I don't know, I was going home, so I've got to stab a deal. All these cars going, flying past me. Because I'm a raver, I understand the rave going.
You know, yeah.
I said something going on. I took my car out, I was going home, and I followed the crowd. Followed the crowd. They took me right down to your warehouse. Right. What? I phoned my mate. I went to my mate. He said, warehouse on your road, you know? He said, what? Yeah, I just come out here. The warehouse on your fucking road. Yeah, my mate Trevor, my partner. Yeah, he came out. He goes, what? We broke in through the back. You're on our end.
While the party was going on, yeah?
I
remember. It was you lot.
The party was going on, I never forget it. While the party was actually going on, we broke in through the back. I ain't fucking paying. So you're on our end. So I said, no fucking way, you're on our end. You're gonna pay. So we broke in through the back. When we broke in through the back and got in now, all we saw was smoke. Couldn't see fucking nothing. No way, we couldn't see fuck all. Right? So fuck me, we hear the music pumping, but we couldn't see no one. And suddenly a dude would come out on his knees, mate. And he disappear out from the smoke. On his knees, mate. And he I remember on his knees, mate. And he'd disappear. And he went on all night. We couldn't see fuck all about a good hour. We couldn't see fuck all. All we could see this guy appearing, going on his knees and disappear. And when the smoke started to clear now, we started to realise, fuck it, that's where you get a bouncy castle over there, you had the thing over there, the drinks over
swings
there. Yeah, all coke. I never see so much coke in my life. Tins of red coke. You had fucking stacks of it, but it was going down by the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, and I stood right near the door. And I was watching you. You were only charging £7. You weren't charging up big money. It's only £7 you lot was charging.
That's right.
I was counting the money. I was counting how much people was coming for the door. I was right in the front. Because now the smoke's gone. And I'm watching you guys like,
you're smart, mate. Yeah.
Look at that £7 only charging. And the place, it was fucking jammed. I never get it. My mate, God, they must have made some money, man. And we stayed in the morning. Remember, we stayed until the morning. We didn't leave. We were drunk, took easy. Got involved in party with the rest of them. We left. When we went over, we got to fucking do one. That was 88 wave. That was 88 going into 89. So we've got to do a party next night. Fantastic. And that's brilliant. Remember? So people don't know these little things.
I didn't know, mate.
So you didn't knew. No one knew that we broke into the warehouse and we studied your way. We studied it. We were just
mate.
We just studied. We raved. Of course we raved, but we studied your rave.
Yeah, mate. It's clever, brother. It was very clever.
Charging £7 and how I knew this and how I knew that and how I just studied your rave. I just started buzzing like. It's right now Hackney as well. And the warehouse.
Especially being in Hackney, eh?
Especially, but the warehouse you found, it was the biggest warehouse I've ever seen.
Yeah,
you go there now, they split it up about it's like 4, 5, 6 units now. Got flats there now. Got that there now.
Yeah.
You had the warehouse,
the whole. It was practically the whole street.
The whole fucking street was one long fucking warehouse. I couldn't believe biggest warehouse I've ever seen.
Crazy.
And you lot
because we was only using one part. You know, there was another part to that warehouse.
Yes,
there was two other parts. It was actually in freeze.
Yeah, it was. And then, like I said, they've turned them into flats now, and they've still got some parts still going to this day, but they're turning them into flats, like you said.
Yeah.
So that was my experience of one of the big runs, big raids. 88 going into 89.
That's fantastic. The whole idea of seeing like traffic in Stamford Hill, and they're like, let me go and see what's going on. You know,
let's see what's going on, and because I knew what the raid pride looks like.
Yeah, totally.
I knew what to look for. So when I saw them doing the bright yellow tribes, the Beetle cars, and guys like bright colours, and it's fun. It was fun.
I remember at one time at the back there. I don't know. I can't remember what day it was, but because like what you're saying, like a lot of the Hackney people, they didn't. Who are these geezers doing this party? No one realised that it was Hackney dudes that are doing the party.
Yeah, no one knew,
because no one knew what about raves and acid ass parties then as well. You know, so like, no one really knew. You know,
the community. I mean, the black community at the time said we're mad.
Yeah,
we're going off our heads. We're taking this wild party.
Yeah, well, they used to. Some of those lads in Hackney, they used to look at us. I mean, I'm sure it was the same for you, right? Especially the rustic geezers. They'd be like looking at us, going, "What? You on heroin or something?"
Yeah,
no, it's easy. Be like, man, easy like heroin to us, you know. It's
they didn't know what it was.
You know, they look down on you.
You know the funny thing, how I found about ease with a guy called Duffy, Cotton Club. I was in Cotton Club.
Yeah.
Everything champagne, smoking a big weed, smoking my weed and doing my thing. And Duffy came in. Two white guys come in. But they were acting a bit weird, man. They were acting weird. That's funny. They were acting weird. I said, Duffy, what you on? You goes, go man. This thing, man. What's that? Ease, man. And they were like dancing in a certain way.
We're on ease, man.
Yeah, they were moving their hands and they come up to me, slapping my face all the time. You know, like,
friendly. Yeah.
You remember they're friendly because remember it's all black guys in there and these are odd white guys, but we knew them. Yeah. And we used to run them, say, fuck off, good behavior. So you're red. But there was something different about these two guys. There was something different about us. You don't on the ease, man, the new drug, what drug? And they explained it because I remember it's only coke or fucking weed. So when a man said
same as us, mate. Yeah.
So when a man talks about ease now, you went, what the fuck is he on about? So I never get it. I spoke to him all that day. I went on that Sunday or the morning, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I could not stop thinking about what I saw. Duffy was never on, and the price £25 a pop and all that.
Yeah, that's right, 25 quid.
Fucking pound, £25 for one pill, and you're fucking back. It lasted 8 hours.
Yeah, mate.
But I never stopped. Till I found him.
Yeah, man. Same as, you know. So I had to find someone because it wasn't like you could just phone someone and people had them. It was a proper. You had to organise it. It was proper.
Yeah, and that's when the trip came into the place. As I said, they got go to the trip. What trip?
Yeah.
This trip.
Yeah.
Go to the trip.
Go on.
You see all going on down there. I said, yeah. So I sneaked down by myself. Went down there by myself. I didn't tell nobody. I just went down there by myself. But I went there with ease. I got some ease at the time. So I'm going down there. I got some ease and I'm going down the trip to see what this is all about. Went down there and done my thing. And when I saw this, I see it all done at that time with Pete Tong and all them. That time was Pete Tong,
Nicky and that. Yeah.
All them boys. It was all empty. There was none of what we know now today. It was just these older heads.
Yeah. Nicky Holloway, Pete Tong.
Yeah. And the way they were just dancing to the music, I see it, and they're all dancing a certain way, and I'm like on the back. And you remember, I'm in Astoria on the back
upstairs because everyone's dancing on the tables as well where you are, huh?
I'm looking at them, but they're all dancing the same, and they're doing the same. There was no MC at the time, but everyone, I see it. The crowd is shouting at acid, and I was just so fascinated by what the fuck are these people on? And this went on for quite a while. And I was going there every weekend. And then one day they shut down. One morning, I don't know what happened, but they shut down Astoria for one reason. And the crowd went over to YMCA down in the car park.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I was there.
Were you there? Yeah, went to the car park and they were raving down in the car park.
Massive car park, and then outside in the street. Remember they all came out.
Bill turned up. Bill was looking at everybody. Got, what are you guys on? And from that, that day when they'll be in the walk. From that day, that's when I realized police didn't know what was going on.
They didn't know.
The following week, they had plainclothes police in the raves because they now realize there's something going on here, and they didn't know.
Happening. Yeah, they didn't know. They literally.
Yeah, the following week they had plainclothes police in the rave because I see them going in the toilet, wetting the hair and trying to blend in. I said, look at the old Bill. So that's what we start to realize. The old Bill start to clock something's going on, and this is when they start to sort of realize there's something going on here. Is it drugs? What are they doing? Yeah. Why are they doing all this? Why are they following?
I think we need to pay attention to this. Yeah.
That's right. Came about, but
I mean, the funny thing is, God, sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. That's
okay. The funny thing is, that same warehouse we were just talking about, in Hackney that we did,
right.
We hired that off of a guy who basically had a car mechanics next door. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And so when we hired it, he basically gave us this handwritten note. All it said was, I can't even remember. I think it might have said, to whom it may concern or something.
Yeah.
I've hired this building out for a private music business party, and just signed it. And it had grease fingerprints on it because the geezer was a mechanic, right? And all these greasy fingerprints on it and everything like that. But we was like, okay. But so when the police came, we were just like, there you go, mate. We've got permission from the owner. So they had a look at it. They wrote all the details down. They were like, oh yeah, that's fine. And because I think we did about 4 or 5 parties, and I think 5 parties we did in there,
Okay.
And so this was the first party. So on the second party, police would just pull up outside and just say, everything all right? Go, yeah, everything's fine. They're going, all right, lads, see you later. And that was it. And they didn't come and bother us. And then one day we were in the warehouse, because like you, we were always busy. There was always something to do in the warehouse,
Right. Okay.
So we'd be in the warehouse all day, mate, doing something. Because when we first got that warehouse, it was just filled up with tires, mate, car tires. Thousands and thousands of tires, mate. Can you imagine?
Imagine that. You got to put them
in
somewhere.
That warehouse, mate.
Yeah,
right?
I can imagine.
And there was massive oil patches where the geese were fixing cars.
I can imagine that too. I can imagine
massive oil puddles all over.
Puddles, right.
Oh, mate. So we were like, okay.
I can imagine what warehouse that was.
And so we put our head to it. So that was it. I mean, we cleared only the 3 of us, we didn't call loads of people. It's like, because it was secret as well, and you had to keep it quiet.
Yeah, undercover.
You can't tell people,
Yeah, so you can't,
mate. So me and my partners, we did it ourselves, and I promise you, mate, we cleared thousands. And not only did we clear the thousands of tires, we actually carried them to another floor.
Yeah,
because it had 3 floors, that building, brother.
Did it? Yeah, I only knew the 1 floor. That the one I get into. I can imagine 3 floors. Yeah.
So then one day, but after about the 5th party or whatever, this police captain, we're in the warehouse, door opens, police captain walks in. All the police have been really nice, because as you said, they didn't really understand what was going on,
They didn't,
mate. So he comes in, he says, hello, lads, blah, blah. I'm sorry to bring this. I got some bad news for you. We're like, what's that? He said, he got the thing out. He said, oh, this chap, blah, 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 who's rented the warehouse to you? Says, yeah. He said, he's a squatter. He's got no rights at all. So he said, like, I'm really sorry to say, but you got to go. And it was really nice. He was going, I'm really sorry, but you got to leave. You got to go. You can't do any more parties in it.
Is that how that party got cancelled?
That's how we end up leaving that warehouse. But that's also how I learned how to write all the fake documents.
Yes, because I learned that from you as well.
Yeah,
I learned that from you because 89, I got a bit of problem myself, like Phil, and that was time Nigel, Ben, and Watson was Prince Park. I was going court that day. I was court up in Chelmsford, so they banged me up. They banged me up for 6 months, but no one knew all this. So they banged me up for 6 months, and that's on the phone just got into the prison. They're just coming in. I was just like, this new phone system coming into the prison system. Oh, wicked. They get the phone card. I went, phone my missus. I went, listen, who's running the rave? So I was running the rave from the prison. Right, I was actually running. No one knew none of that. I was running for IB for I was running Fantastic Ibiza from prison. They had to come every week with the books and show me the fucking books. Right? I want to know where my money is, right?
Mate.
And they go, they're robbing you, Paul. They're robbing you. I go, I know, I can see he's robbing. I can see he's fucking getting my money.
You can't stop that at the end of the day.
I can't stop that. Don't worry about it. When I fucking, I'm gonna keep my head down and get out. I'll be out. They give me 18 months. If I get my head down, I'll be out in 6.
Be a good boy.
Get my head down. Let's get my head down. Get my head down. I'll get my head down. You get into no trouble. Got out in 6. I got out. When I got out, no one knew. Yeah, I got out. But no,
brother, there's a film in it, man.
Yeah, I said my message. Don't tell nobody. I want to know who's fucking running my race. Right? I want to know who's fucking going on. Don't tell them I'm out. I know I'm out. So anyway, I met him out. I met him, and he goes, "Oh, you're out, wicked. I've got a warehouse for you." I go, "Where?" He goes, Old Ford in a church.
Yeah, East End. Yeah.
I said, East London, Old Ford. I mean, wicked. I went and saw it. Yeah, I'm in a party. It's my party.
Yeah, mate.
Right. Look, I still had it in me. I was running the rave. They didn't remember. I was still running the rave.
That's crazy.
It's like I didn't go away. So
yeah, mate.
I went into the big, set it all up. Went to my uncle, got the flyers, done Ibiza's back, got this original flyer, Ibiza's back, went out, I've done it all by myself. I didn't give a fuck what anyone because I didn't trust nobody. So I knew where everything was. I went out flagging, done everything with myself. Ibiza's back. I rammed this fucking warehouse. I rammed it. Never forget it. I never forget it. And all these people turning up. Oh, where's 00? Where's 00? I heard it. 00. Who's that? I was a Ray called 00 here. And I realized it was like somebody,
name, mate.
Somebody's changed the name, right? And called it 00. Knowing that I was out. They knew I was out, but they didn't approach me. So what they done, they sent all the crowd down to the warehouse. So I was wondering why it was ran. And I said, 00. I said 000 tonight, mate. I went 00 tonight. They're coming in. And they realized it's ran. And then a guy called, you might know him. Fuck his name. He needs to do security. He needs to do security work at a store. He used to drive a Rolls Royce. A white dude with a ponytail, like a bald guy. You might know him. He's a face. You might know him. I've got his fucking name.
I might remember him in the roller.
Yeah, he drives a roller, a silver one. He used to drive a silver roller, and he's the one who used to get me warehouses as well. He's a nice guy. I know him. He used to get me warehouses, but he was doing dodgy dealings behind my back while I was in jail. That's him and a guy called I forgot his fucking name now. Yeah, it's a long time. Right, them two guys, they're up to no good. So they were doing their party. They knew I was out. So what they done? They sent the crowd to my warehouse, and they come to me in the Rolls Royce again. Pulled up in the roll. I got in. What was that, boys? Yeah, that's my crowd here. Paul, I send all the crowd there. And I said, yeah. By the way, my missus said that you guys been running Fantastic Ibiza while I was in prison. And where's my money? Who told you that? My missus did. Where's my fucking money? All right, if you're doing parts in my name and not giving me no fucking money, the pair of it. I found it with them two. It was these two cunts, right?
Mate.
So I said, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Well, that's what we're going to do. Let me get out of the car and have this party. Fuck all. Right? Let me get out of the car, right? And I'm going to do this party and I'm going to give you fuck all, right? Because you've been robbing me while I was in jail, and now it's time to rob you back. And I was drunk. I've been pumping weights in jail, so I'm a bit like that now, right?
Strong.
So I said, now get me out of the car. Yeah, and I had the baddest fucking Alan. You know Alan from Tottenham.
Yeah, I know the geezer.
The big guy does the security work. Yeah, the dog in there. I said, deal with him, Alan. You know, all right, you want to fuck him up? Yeah, deal with him. But Paul said, go fuck off. He a no-nonsense guy.
Yeah, I know the geezer.
And Alan, they looked at Alan and went, you know what? All right, Paul. They left her. And I had to pay all the money, took all the money, went home, my missus, they did. And they're like, oh, Paul robbed her. I said, no, because you've been robbing me all that time. And now I've got my own back on you. You're telling me I'm robbing you. You know what they went and done? They went to smash the warehouse. Went back to the warehouse, smashed it up. Yeah, with a church. It was like a church.
Mate.
Smashed all the windows. They smashed it up.
What?
They wrecked the place.
Wankers,
for no reason. I don't know why. And the guy came back, Paul, look what they've done. I never done that. I know you didn't. Look what they've done to the fucking gaff.
But you know what, though? Now I'm thinking about it, though. That could have been the East End lot.
Yeah, I think it was. I think
it was. Not them lot. That probably could have been the East End lot.
Yeah, it was. It was East London. But you done me a favour because the guy goes, look, tell you what, two of them are wearing pie. I got to get some money to fix the warehouse. I went, no problem. I done Christmas. New Year's, and another one on Boxing Day. I rinsed out that place, right for the Christmas period. I just rinsed it out, paid him off his warehouse's money, fixed all the windows and everything. He had some security around there. I sorted him out, and I went on holiday. I just come out of prison. I just go straight
cool,
there.
mate.
Done all the party, and went fucked off on that time. I need a holiday now. I just come out. I went to Jamaica, funny enough.
God, son. Your parents are from Jamaica, yeah?
Yeah, my friends from Jamaica. I popped up to Jamaica when I ain't seen my granddad for a while. I didn't go to Jamaica and go and see him. All that in that period of 8, being in the prison.
This is all in a short period. Yeah.
In a short period. That's the word I'm trying to find. In that short period of time, I went fuck off to Jamaica. And the mum said, "You're great. You're good. You're fucking good." No, I lived it and breathed it. This is what people understand. I lived and breathed the rape game. So I understood it. But going back to what you said about the letters, the old Bill come to me.
Yeah, the documents.
That letter thing, what you said. I heard about what you
fake
done.
documents. Yeah.
I had the documents, I had the paperwork. And look, it's legal. They looked at it, went through page by page. It went, have a good party.
That's fantastic when that happens, isn't it, Paul?
It worked twice. They came back. Another lot came back and done the same thing. I showed the paperwork and it worked. And they fucked off. And another one come with a big eye, showing the paperwork. He actually come in and looked around, showing the paperwork. He went, have a good party, and fucked off. So I knew
it's a good feeling, mate.
Working. And I heard that you tried that paperwork. I heard it from you guys.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, the
guest list. We had fake guest list, everything, mate. You know.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. It
was a good feeling as well, wasn't it?
It worked. It did work. So going back to what you were saying, you were the model.
Yeah.
You guys were the model.
I mean, we didn't know it at the time, but yeah.
No,
I'll tell you another quick one that happened to us. Yeah, I'll tell you another one with these documents, right?
Okay.
I won't say the whole story. I'll give you the short bit of it. So we did one in East India Dock Road in this warehouse, and it was set by the I don't know if it was the River Thames or canal or whatever. Oh, it was the river, set on the River Thames, and it was a massive building. And I remember the police came, and I got the call, and they were all saying police are at the gates. So I went round to the gates, and I've obviously got this fake, documents. So as I'm standing there talking to the policeman, all these fire alarms start going off, mate. Right? And you know what it's like? Whenever fire alarms go off, they get the fire brigade, don't they? It's like...
Right, that's right.
So I said to the fella, remember, we broke it... Well, we didn't break into this. Someone else broke into it, and they were like, we've got a warehouse, pay us some dough, and you got a venue type thing, yeah? So they'd already broken in. So we just turned up on the day, like we'll pay you for the warehouse later or whatever, yeah? So obviously no one's got any keys to anywhere, so I'm standing there, all these alarms are going off. So I said, can I get back to you in a sec? And the way the building was, like, he was like situated around the corner. So like you came round and I came all the way around the block and then I'd be in the yard type thing, It was like a U-shaped building.
Right.
Yeah? And so I came around into the yard, and when I got around into the yard, there was loads of security were there, and they're like, fucking what we're going to do? So I said, we've got to smash the bells off the walls, mate. so they're like, what? And those alarms, because it's old factories,
they'll
big red
big with a big box down the bottom, that thing with the hammer.
They're massive, them ones, mate, them old school ones, yeah?
The big ones.
So they're like, what? I said, mate, we've got to smash the fucking things off the wall. So the security, they were like, right, let's do it, So we started, each one, we'd bang them off, and we had the wire cutters and all that,
Yeah.
So we were smashing them off the walls, and the security were doing it really, and they were working really fast. So they smashed one off the wall, you'd listen out and you hear another one. We only broke into one part of that building. We had to break into every part of the building. We had to break into every room on every floor. There was like 2 floors.
Yeah.
Knocked off about 15 bells, mate.
Bells, bloody yeah. Right? They're all internet, all the internet.
And this is all in the space of about 30 minutes, mate.
Bloody yeah.
Old Bill's at the gates. Old Bill are blocking people from coming in the party. Do you know what I mean?
Right, so you're looking all these bells at the same time.
So we knocked all the bells off, and then I ran back round to the police. Obviously, they're still there, and I was like, "Oh, sorry about that. We couldn't find any keys. We got our keys, but but they're off now. Fine." So he's like, "Okay, it's no problem." And he said, "What are all these lot doing?" And there was loads of people just jumping over the walls.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, it's fine. They've all got invites. It's absolutely fine. Everyone wants to ensure they get into the venue. I've got 50 security, whatever, to deal with it. It's fine. So they're like, okay. So he said, look, if you get any problems, if you just call 999 and say that you got gate crashers, he said, we will know what to do. We'll come down and we'll remove the gate crashers for you. So I said, oh, thank you. I said, you haven't got a direct number, have you? So he said, yeah. He said, have you got something I can write on? I gave him the fake lease. Yeah. So he wrote on the fake lease his name and number. And he said, you got any problems? You ring up, you say gate crasher, give him my name, and they'll come and sort it out for you.
They actually used, so when the old people come, look, Sergeant So and said, look,
like,
blah, blah, blah.
Like, mate, no more came. Came after him. So it was sweet,
right. It's sweet as
as you said earlier, sometimes a couple of lots have come, but no one else came. And that was the actual night. At the end of that party, that was a Genesis and Sunrise party.
Yeah, I remember.
I tell you what, mate. I tell you what. I don't know if this might have happened to you, mate. But at that party, this was one of that party that people who read my book with him. We're in the room counting the money. One of our workers knocks the door, mate, sweating. And he says, Wayne, someone's just died downstairs.
Yes. I know.
Can you imagine, Paul?
No, we call them stiffs. We need to call them stiffs.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to call them stiffs. I said, fuck, I had to get them all the time. Just shit myself.
Yeah,
I had to get them all the time. And we knew how to get them out of the stiffness. There's ways to get them out. Sometimes they be, I don't know I don't know if it's a muscle thing. I don't know what it is. It's a stiff. They be like a statue, and they're stiff. Can't fucking move. And if you leave them and the tongue goes down their throat, they can die. So we need to get the ice and cold beer or anything in ice. So it has to be cold. Rub their neck. Just rub their neck and splash water on them. Get them back round again. And suddenly their eyes coming back around because they have fucking poor white eyes. And it comes back around and thank God, he ain't dead. He ain't dead.
Scary, Paul, huh?
And he goes, what happened? And he'll go, what happened to me? You went and do a stiff because I did. And sometimes there'll be some people, I've seen someone get up and run off.
Yeah.
They're so scared, they get up and just run off. Run off. What the fuck?
Wow.
We saved this guy's fucking life. He just go up and run off. He just run off.
Yeah, mate. That's crazy.
This trauma thing, and they're so fucking scared. They don't know where they are. They just bolt down the fucking road.
Totally, mate.
Yeah, I've had that a few times.
Yeah, I mean, and especially the first time when it happens, we're broken into the building. I'm on my way down.
We ran off and left them because we were so fucking scared. And then after a while, we can't keep doing this.
You run off. I thought you meant they run.
We run. But when they see him dropping down, drop down a heart attack or stiff,
you think you're going to get a bird.
We run off and just won't leave them there. But we can't do it anymore because now there's something wrong. And the parties are running. Sometimes the parties they're taking so early.
It might be midnight. Yeah.
You got a stiffy. Oh no, never one. Get him in the office. We do our medic. We run in.
I'm glad that someone else got experience that, man.
To deal with these stiffies. So we
it was chilled.
Now it doesn't bother me no more. I still get him in the office, get him tongue out, put some water. And you can't wait for it. I stay in this corner here and come back around and
chill. Yeah. I mean, it only happened to me once, but on my way down, in your head, I'm in an illegal building.
Of course you are.
I'm the promoter for this thing.
And the guy,
there's a body downstairs. I'm going to get arrested for murder or something.
Yeah, of course it, man.
That's what's going on in my head. And I'm walking down and I'm just like, mate, we're going to get nicked for murder. So then you start thinking, I wonder if I can get someone to take him to the hospital or just get him away from here.
Yeah.
It makes you start thinking in ways that you never, ever thought that you'd have to think. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm thinking about,
This is my point. I'm glad you said what you said because at the end of the day, we have to run our own raves. You have to be like, you out of your head, you bypass that person because we wasn't out of our heads and we were maybe the sensible ones out of the lot. We'd say, fuck me, get that person over there and sort them out and things like that.
Mate.
So I started to realize you couldn't be out of your head running these parties. You got to deal with, like you said, you got to deal with the people,
law enforcement,
the medical issues, the MC, the security. How much hats are you wearing?
Yeah, mate.
So many hats and. Being a promoter, that's what you have to do, and probably why I still do it to this day because I've grown up doing it. It's like water for ducks back for me. It doesn't bother me anymore. I just do it naturally now, and people don't understand how I work because I've been doing it for so long. It's like water for ducks back. So I look at the youngsters of today. I look at them, the youngster promoters of today. I see them in the warehouse doing that, doing parties, all that they're fucking head. You're the promoter. And you're like, hey, look at the fucking state of you. So when the old Bill
everyone can see you. Yeah.
And when the old Bill turns, they want to talk to you, you're like this. The old Bill, I'm gonna give you a joke. I was doing Stratford, and the old Bill goes, no more parties, no more jungle rave, blah 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 blah. I had the meeting. I went to the meeting to Stratford police station. Went there, sat down with the guy. He goes, looked at me, and he looked at me hard. He looked at me hard about it. He goes, no jungle rave. But look, man, look, jungle's not like that. It's like this. It's like that. It's not like what you think it is. And rare. And I talked and I talked and I talked and I talked. And the man went, you know what? I like your spirit. I like your spirit. I really like your spirit. You know, you talk passion. It's like something that the way you're going across. You know what? You can have your party. Have your party, no problem.
Cool, mate.
I like your passion. My mate now, he's died now. He's doing a garage rave now. He got to see the same copper now. He's gone in there and he's come out. I was on the stairs waiting for him because I'll wait for him to come out, see what he said about it. So I waited for him. And he come out and he's on the phone straight away. He's on the phone straight away. Like, the party's on. Don't worry, I'll talk to the old Bill. He can't do nothing. See old Bill to me. He ain't having no party, mate. Him. Why is that? He ain't like you. He's definitely having no party. And I said to him, what you going saying there? What the Bill said to me goes, you was so calm. And the way you him, he was loud, shy, like demanding this and demanding that. And he wants to have a party. This sort of guy wants to have a party.
No, it's not gonna happen, mate. It's not gonna happen.
So I know
the passion that you came with, is what got you that. For sure.
He made that's why the party went on. I understand, and now he's dead now, my mate. He's dead now. And they killed his own party at the door and shut the door. That's what I said. Oh, Bruce, see, why have a man? Why have a party? Look at the guy. You bringing all people with guns and that, and they shut back the fucking door.
Wow.
My bedroom still. I love him. But because the old people was trying to show you something that the crowd that you're carrying are no good. But you just want to have the party and not thinking of what you're doing. And I said to boy, just be careful with your parties. The old people was onto you. But he didn't want to listen to me neither. And look, his own party got shut his own door. You know what I mean? And my party's no problem. Ray went on, no problem. And John ain't stopped ever since.
Yeah. It's nuts, brother. And so what do you think about what's going on now, mate? It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, do you see yourself doing a party again?
What Jungle Splash? Yeah. I adapted. I adapted to how the landscape has changed, and I'm not going to let you not get me out because what it is, you got new promoter. You see, being a promoter, you learn to adapt to the next generation, what's coming.
Yeah.
And I find a lot of the promoters don't do that. They don't adapt, so they die with the crowd. So when anything's coming in, the crowd dies, you die with it.
Yeah.
You don't adapt.
The trend dies, you're gone. Yeah.
You're gone.
But you're different to that.
I had to learn to adapt.
Yeah.
Every time the trend changes.
But you adapted early, brother. You adapted from a teenager.
You know why? Because I've learned it early. I've learned it very, very early. And not only that, now I make the music, it makes me think slightly different than the promoter because I don't promote like before. I promote for the music, for a scene. Without a scene, you can't create something and expect it to blossom without you putting something in place.
Yeah, so, you can't just keep sucking the life out of it, can you?
No,
you have to put something back in. Yeah.
And be honest with you, when I started to make music now and I got into it and understood it, I said we need a platform for it. Everything has a platform. The jungle needs a platform. It hasn't got one. So I done a jungle rave. I call it jungle techno, like Rocket on the Road, to keep it a platform. Dan, you weren't there, brother. You weren't there. You don't understand what I was doing at the time. I can, 91, I was doing 92. I done my first jungle techno rave. That roll it off. Wasn't a rave as you don't think it is. Yeah. It's a rave for the scene because I need to sell fucking vinyl. Without me creating something, how am I going to sell this fucking vinyl? So my point to a lot of people, you think it's a rave quote. Nah, to me, it's an exhibition. You got to hear the music, then you go out and you're going to fucking buy it. It's simple as fucking that. And I could have had all the record shops on the lock. My music was in every shop. I need to pump this IB for thing in there. I'm using the IB for brand from back in the days. I mean, that's the red culture.
Yeah.
As you know, red culture died, and the vinyl culture came in. And when they got into the vinyl, making hardcore and making the music, and then manipulating that, because a lot of people don't understand that all this music was coming from. When I got into it, I realized that a lot of the music was coming from America, Chicago house,
exports,
Detroit, and things like that. And I didn't see nothing British, and a lot of German stuff. I said, well, where's the British stuff? Where's the? I don't see no British label. I see pure American labels and German labels, but I don't actually see a British label. And I thought, well, at that time we start doing things for ourselves. The only label was British was Champion Records.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's the British label at the time. We were selling, actually doing this hardcore music, Champion. But apart from that, there was no more FFR, but that was a German label. No, there wasn't RNS, that was a German label again. All the labels that I saw were mainly a foreign label, an English label, like Pete Tong and like English guys running these labels, but these labels weren't British labels. They were more German labels.
Yeah, they were doing international music, wasn't they? The difference with them is they were kind of mimicking America and Ibiza. But what you're actually saying here is because the house music scene, we inherited that from the States. You know, we inherited the techno from the States. But what you're saying is, which is totally correct, is that the whole jungle scene grew from the UK.
It grew from
new music.
Yes, it did. It grew from listening to all sorts of hip hop and reggae.
Yeah,
and all sorts
it had those influences, but ultimately,
it did, and they had the 4/4 beat. But how I came about it, how jungle came about for us was, when there was a story behind this as well. 89 again. Went to Ibiza, broke my fucking leg in Ibiza. So I've never been to Ibiza in my life. Imagine, I'm calling myself Ibiza, I've never been to Ibiza myself. When the rave scene when the old Bill, what happened was that my last rave was 89 in Tottenham. I'll give you a joke as well. When you talk about it brings back memories. What happened? I didn't, Phil wasn't there at the time. This is my last warehouse party. And done in Tottenham, behind Sainsbury's in Tottenham High Road, behind Sainsbury's. I'm in the warehouse, in the roof, putting up the decorations, doing my thing. And old Bill walked in and he goes, what you guys think you're doing? I go, we're having a party. He goes, no, you're fucking ain't. I go, yeah, that's what you think. I was up in the roof. They were talking to my mate. They didn't actually see me. So I jumped from the roof down like Spider-Man, landed right beside me.
6 foot geezer, 6 foot black geezer.
I said, this is my party. Can you look? I started backing the old Bill back. Yeah, we're in there. The way I was so demanding, because I knew what I was doing. I started to push them back.
Private land, mate.
Yeah, I got them out without touching them. But the authority I had at the time, because I knew what to say to them, got them out the warehouse.
Private property laws are massive, you know.
Yeah. But a big guy came, big policeman with a big hat, pushed me out the way. He goes, you're nicked, and you're nicked. Just nicked us because he was the main man. He was the CO, the sergeant, double pick guy. Yeah. What we pushed out the door was PCs, right? Right. When he came along, he was like the CO. I'm the top dog around here. You're fucking nick. Nick the rules. Nick me, John McGuire, a lot of us. Threw us in the warehouse in the police station. Edmonton police station was on.
Mate, I got nicked at Edmonton police station as well.
Yeah, the old one, not the new one. The old one.
Yeah, the old one. Like in 1989, I got nicked at Edmonton police station.
Yeah, they nicked me and my mate John McGuire and a few of us. Right? They never searched them. We had E's all down there. They all fucking easy like charges. We were all in the cell like that. Well, got E's here, mate. I said, fuck it. We all popped them. We're there, fuck them. We're nicked now. So what we're gonna do? We don't know when we're going on. So we popped the E's. All of us in the cell. Right, he'd come up on us, with the interviews. So remember you're buzzing and the E's coming out and you're buzzing.
Yeah, mate. Excellent.
We was talking a load of shit. Yo, you imagine you're coming up on an E and you're doing an interview with the old Bill. Yeah? So what do you think was going on there? What do you think was going on there? We were talking a load of shit. In the end, you know what they did? They threw us out. They go get these guys out of here. me, John, look, get them out. I don't know. The team still didn't search us. We had E's on us. Wow. They threw us out into the street. You know, we're so cheeky. When anyone gives a lift home, man, you fuck off, like, go.
Excellent, mate.
And then went out and then with the girls, and they picked up the girls in the van because they were outside waiting for us in the police station. And I said to that day, I goes, you know what? Fuck warehouses. She goes, why? I'm going into the music. What do you mean? IB was born. IB for I was buzzing. I'm not gonna lie. I was back in the van, buzzing out my trolley. I said, IB was born. Just talking out, IB was born. What do you mean? Yeah. Well, I'm going to set up a label for IB for records. That's what I'm going to fucking do. All right? I'm not doing no more warehouses. Fuck this. Keep getting money, my money stolen. I can't be doing it no more. I'm going to the vinyl. I can't stop the fucking vinyl. I never forget that. That's one of my quotes. Yeah, you stop the wave, you can never stop the fucking vinyl. Right? That's
same as me, mate. I used to think that with Genesis. I used to think that about the Gangsters. I used to think, you know what? You can try and stop Genesis, but you ain't stopping Acid Ass.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, and you ain't stopping what I was doing.
So
what I did what I did in the end, then I went Ibiza. Yeah. Then I went Ibiza that same time, broke my fucking leg, came back from Ibiza with a broken leg. Never been to Ibiza from a leg, came back from Ibiza with a cast leg, top to bottom. And I'm now fucked now. Wow. I said, I can't do fuck. I had a full cast. So I could not that little broken ankle, I had a full fucking cast. I was in bed for a while. And then I came out, I went to my mate's little studio, little setup. I went and I sat around there, 'cause I had nothing to do. And I made my first IB for tune. Wow. And a guy called Neil, called Redskins, got a label called Redskins, by a Redskin brother. Because I heard you made some beats, P. I didn't know you can make beats, because I was trying a thing. Well, you want to buy that? You want to buy some equipment? I go, what? Can you buy all that stuff? What I saw in my man's house? I go, yeah. You got $5 spare? I go, $5 spare? I got more than $5 spare. He came to my ass. He jumped in my BM, my broken leg. We went to High Barnet, Free and Barnet. Didn't have what we want. Went to Turnkeys and Tottenham Court Road. And a guy called Paul, I'll never forget it. He goes, I know what you guys want. Come follow me. Followed him my broken leg. Man took out a nine. I'll never forget it, Wayne. 950 sampler. Wow. 950, that guy 950. Yeah. Bought a Spirit desk. That for $3,000. But the first Atari computer, right? With the dingle, with all the software, the Cubase and everything, bought that. Then I bought a reel-to-reel. I like running reel-to-reel because I see him in the studio. So I want a reel-to-reel. Well, that can link to that. So I bought a reel-to-reel and I bought all this kit. I come home with my broken leg, all right? And we sat in there. No, we didn't have to put it together. I didn't fucking put it together. I go, I ain't got a fucking clue. Have you got? Nah, I ain't got a clue neither. And we sat there looking at everything. Go, well, we bought all this kit. We can't put this fucking. Then my mate goes, Neil goes, I know, man. Leave it with me. So he fucked off Neil and came up with this guy from Fat Man Studio. A guy, James. His name is James Hunt. And he's from Fat Man. And he goes, no, it's easy. Yeah, he's something together. It's MIDI. Wow. It's all, he explained to him what was it's MIDI. It's MIDI. It's all MIDI files, Paul. It's all MIDI. You MIDI all up for us. Got it going. We started making beats in there. We started playing around, getting the beers in. And I said, right, that's that. I went, right. Because I had all the records. Remember, I was a DJ at the time. So I used to buy all them acid records. We used to sample them. Then I learned about sampling. Yeah, sample this and sample that. And that went on. That was the whole of 89 I was doing that. Beginning of 89, that's what I was doing with my broken leg. And then we put our first tune and I ain't turned back since.
Wow, dude. That's amazing. What did you think of Ibiza?
And I got better and better and bought more as times went on. I bought the 950,000 sampler, computer. I mean, when the Apple, I've been through all the Apples. When they had the Apple wasn't in it. Apple was a small little flat thing. Right? And eventually they started going up like 620, 630, 650, and started before the towers came. And then the towers came to 950, and now you got the G5s. And I went through all of that. I got every Apple Mac you think I got in my house now. Every one of them. Excellent, brother. I've been for everyone. I bought everything. So that's how I learned the game. That's how I learned the business. And then the jungle thing, what happened was, you got to understand that, people don't understand it. The jungle thing came when we were doing 4/4. The first music we was making, following the Detroit and techno, all 4/4. Boom, 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 boom. That driving thing, that driving. And there was only a few of us, RIP to John, Real to Real. That's the under We Love E. Click, the Underground Boys. They come with their we love that big tune they had, EIE. Yeah,
big tune. Yeah, Real to Real were massive at that time.
That was real. That was John to John's. That came out. That was a mistake.
Was that
tune
Cool Hand Flex and that lot? Real to Real.
They're cousins and they're all cousins and brothers and sisters.
On the ball. Yeah,
they've been on. Them guys have been in it from a long time.
Yeah.
I met him in the game. Right?
Yeah, I met him when I started doing parties. Yeah.
He was John to John, Real to Real. He'd been in it from long. He goes, and he was the first man seen running the label. He's the first man seen doing anything. He goes, fucking hell, you guys are not, you know what you're doing. So he explained certain things to me. And I think, okay, I want to do this. So that's how I got into it with the Ibiza records. But like going back to with the music itself, what I'm trying to explain to you is it started with the 4/4, and then we start bringing the American stuff into it, like the American breaks. Because remember, there was no breaks. We usually have certain breaks, but we started using different breaks, and eventually the 4/4 couldn't really work with certain breaks. So we had to off and on. But the 4 can come in and come off, not stay on, boom, boom, that driving. So that's when the jungle started to creep in. We start to hear these jungle-y breaks more. In other words, 4 breaks on top of breaks, or 3 breaks on top of 3 breaks. So you start realizing the sounds it was making with 3 breaks on top of 3 breaks before the Amen came along. So for the Amen came along, we was doing all these little tricks, and we started hearing the sound and all that jungle. We're just saying jungle, like, not really what we're doing, you know, we're just fucking hearing this sound.
Experiment.
Sounds like jungle, man. And then next minute, you're looking down on the floor, and you've got this Jungle Groove album looking at James Brown with big Jungle Groove album. I said, you know, let's fucking call it jungle, right? And here it is today.
So not only you were one of the leading pioneers of the movement, you named jungle.
Yes, it was jungle. Cool? We used to call it jungle techno. Okay, we had to fill it in with the techno sounds. So we had to name it. Kind of all my.
You're kind of making it commercial as well by adding that techno thing. You're making it more accessible to people, aren't you?
Yeah. It was a subliminal message because techno was that sound driven at the time, hardcore jungle techno. And we started putting that in our music because remember there was no MCs then. So a lot of people don't realize that we was MCing over our own music. We were saying hardcore jungleism. We were sampling our own vocals and pitching them up. You couldn't get them anywhere. You know what I mean? We were doing our own little subliminal messages and put them in, and we started dropping the subliminal messages, jungle. So when I had to go to the shops, I go, just a new thing called jungle. I'm just look at me and go, what the fuck are you talking about? I go, listen, what am I talking about? In years to come, I'm talking about 91. I'm not talking about 94. I said 91. This jungle thing here, so we pop when it will be big business. But they laughed at me. And the reason why I'm going to say this to you, Wayne, and I know I've got to live and prove. You see, like people like JTS, that keep JTS is the cutting place. He's a white guy. I call him Jesus. His name is Keith. I call him Jesus, right? But he runs a sound system called King Jatobius from 1962. That's how long he's so he's been in the game that long. Then I met a guy called Chris from Music House. He's been in the game that long. These are the 2 people I met. When I first went to them, they ran me out. They go, "What's this?" I go,
they're legends. Those 2 people you mentioned, they're legends, mate.
Well, these are 2 people. When I met Keith, at Broadway, number 1 Broadway. He had an old-time label. You ever see these labels? So old. It's one of them old-time labels. You know them old sewing machines, the Brothers sewing machines, the old black ones with the old lever going round, spinning the wheel. Imagine he had one of them with the old lever thing spinning the fucking label. I said, this old fucking antique. He goes, old antique. He just laugh. Yeah, this is in the 80s, 80, 89. And so I was with Keith. Keith was there cutting out Broadway number 1. And then I met Chris in Fringer Park. He used to be at Fringer Park. He used to be at top of the post office in Fringer Park. That's where he was. And then he only started when I went there. He was moving. So where are you going now? He goes, I'm going Holloway. So he moved from there. He just started and he moved to Holloway. And when I went to Holloway round, I went in there and he goes, "What's this mad music?" I go, "This mad music?" I go, "This mad music?" I said, "This mad music is gonna make you loads of money." He laughed at me at the time, but when they were cutting, so what I used to do, I had to go to Chris to get the bass, because Chris is more bassy. Or if I wanted more tops, I had to go to JTS and get more tops. So I used to play them both. I used to cut my tunes. It was only me one. There was no one there. Nobody. It was only me by myself. And they used to.
Crazy.
And then what happened was they used to laugh at me, go, this music, they couldn't get it. But they learned to cut it. They learned from me. They understood it. They learned how to cut the music. They understood the tops. They learned from me. They learned this music. Because now, not only I, 2 more people started coming in with this music. Because he already knew it, he didn't shunt it. He got on with it. He understood it. And then he taught me. And little people don't understand the whole thing. Keith then taught me. He said, I'm going to move. I'm going to buy a new lathe. He bought a 70s lathe. Keith bought a 70s lathe. Then he went and bought an 80s lathe. All for doing this music. He learned the music. He understood it. He started to learn. And as he grew, I grew. Same with Music House. When Music House grew, I grew. He started buying tanks. What's the fucking tank? Put him around the back. Look, come here. I'm going to show you something. He bought all the tanks from EMI. Tanks is where you have to process the metalwork. You cut the master, you go next door, and you process just like making films. You put it in that bucket, and you same way you put the films in the water, and the pictures start coming. You start seeing the picture in the water. Same process as vinyl. That's the same process. All this just a vibration thing. Put it in a tank, and it vibrates more than you do that with it. And the film, the record comes to life in the tank. You cut it out, and you got the metalwork, and you go to the pressing plant, and you start pressing the vinyl. Exactly the same process. And the reason why I'm telling you all this, because when I was doing it in '94, when jungle was really at its height, everyone's going, yeah, jungle this, jungle that. I was going around the back with Music House and go, look, because of you, why I've got all these tanks, and these guys don't know about tanks. They're just still on the dub plate cutting. Where you've gone past that, you're into the metalwork. That's why I know so much. So so he showed me everything what he was doing with the money. So I bought this, and I said, Chris, I'm not going to leave you. And I've not left him to this day. We're still working together. We're still manufacturing. We're still cutting. Because I learned the processes of it. Now he's gone. Look at it. He's gone so deep. He's bought machines now. He's got his own pressing plant. Can you imagine that? Wow. A man who started with the studio. Now by the end of the machine. He's got a pressing plant now. Yeah. Same with Keith as well. They've all got their old press. So we've worked
one
together.
of the points that you was pointing out by saying that when you was going down there, you was on your own. The reason why you're pointing that out, because it wasn't long after that, because I've been down Music House to press up some actually, I probably went there to press up some stuff from the Jungleism album. And you go into Music House and it was packed. Every top DJ was there lining up with their dub, waiting to get their dub plates cut for that night, you know? So you definitely started something there, you know?
Definitely. And in the end, what happened was, definitely started something, but people didn't know what we was doing in a sense of build up an industry, you know, like build up the thing from foundation, the
totally British sound.
Crazy Club. I'm not going to mention the DJ's name. I won't mention it because I embarrass him. But I went to a club in Astoria that was called Crazy Club in Astoria. And
James.
Remember him. Yeah. And I bought a dub plate there. And it was a JTS dub plate. It wasn't a Music House dub plate. It was a JTS. And I give a DJ, a well-known DJ on the circuit. Well-known, big to this day, household name. I mean, here's a dub plate. What the fuck's this? It's a dub plate. What's a dub plate? I said, well, some people might call it acetate, but it's the dub plate. What's an acetate? I goes, never mind. I said, never mind. You obviously don't fuck it. No. So he played it, cut too low. And that time I get the top bar. That top bar was playing at the time. I get the top bars, Mikey. Mikey played it a bit too low, and I found out it was cut too low. So when I went back to the thing, I go, guys, trying to cut this thing loud, it's too low, and that's from then. Them guys now, I see them in there cutting double and going, yeah, I need to cut this. Yeah. I said, you lying little toe rag. You lying little toe rag. You didn't even know what a dub plate was, but now you're telling me about a dub plate. And you're calling yourself your label a certain name. I didn't want to mention the person's name. He's calling his name, the label, a certain thing. And this well-known DJ didn't know about dub plates. So we brought up, you see, people understand this is what our culture we brought into the game. Yeah. It wasn't something that
we'd known about this since we was kids, Yeah,
it's because I see my dad, and remember, he has the dub plate cutter. He'd make dub plates for all we done was just brought our culture into the thing. That's all we've done. That's why jungle went the way it went. They think, dub plate. Nah, we just brought the culture into it. And what happened? We picked up the reggae culture onto the jungle culture, and that's what you're seeing today. That's why you all done that music, all your dub. You learn that from the reggae culture, right? So therefore, it's nothing new. It's our culture. It's nothing new in this rave game. All you're seeing is just our culture just developing into different
repackaged.
Repackaging and gone over here, or repackaging and gone over there. The sound systems today are running off our culture. Come on, the scoop bins, we invented the scoop bins. You know what I mean? So all these things is of our culture. So to me, all I'm done was just extend. That's why I love what I do. It's part of my culture. It's nothing. I'm not doing anything different than anybody else. You know what I mean? Just part of what we do. And other people taking it on as a business and turn it into more of a business when it's us. It's just our culture. We cut a dove, play our move, bun our weed, and that's us. And
chilled.
You know what I mean? But you lot have turned it into something else. But yeah, that's how jungle really came about. And a lot of people don't understand the philosophy behind it. Therefore, it just came about like that. It didn't come about like that. It was like we manipulated it, and we wanted to survive a bit. We didn't want to be our short term. We wanted something for ourselves, and we manipulated the thing. And why you got jungle today? Because like I said, it was jungle techno before he went jungle on his own. And when I done my first raves, I could still do a Fantastic Ibiza rave, and also I could do a jungle rave because it's two different music.
Yep, totally.
You could do a rave today, and it'll be a completely different music what we play now. So when they do this, I'm gonna give you a joke. I'm gonna let you laugh, right? When they done a rave back at Rage. They've done a rave back at Rage, and they're trying to bring it back the old days. So they had Groove Rider and Fabio.
Oh, this is recently,
recently, and I used to go to Rage all the time. So when I had to go Rage, I listened to all that music, Fabio and Groove. I used to listen to them all the time.
Of course.
So when I see the Jungle Men upstairs playing actually Jungle from '94, I said, "You weren't there, man. This stuff wasn't here. So why are we playing it?" you check on where I'm coming from.
Paul, go away.
No, but it doesn't work in my head.
Yeah.
It does not work here because the fact is, when we were 89 going to Rage, there was no jungle being made. So you upstairs playing the jungle stuff and Groove Rider and Fabio playing the original stuff. I'd rather stay downstairs and listen to the original stuff than go upstairs and start you not playing jungle. And that wasn't there at that time. It doesn't suit this club, basically, what I'm trying to say. It doesn't suit this club.
Especially if you had been in that club in the 89 and 88.
Yes, I was. Yeah, it doesn't suit that club. So when you're not playing jungle, it don't work. Now, if you play jungle in Astoria.
Different story.
Or Camden. Orange. That worked all day. Or Rocket Holloway Road. Because that's where it breathed. It came from these clubs. Astoria, Orange, Holloway Road, or Rocket Holloway Road, whatever club you want to call it. That's where it came from. If you want to talk about club in Camden, but apart from that, it doesn't fit. It don't fit into that club. So I didn't say that because who am I to say it? But I know I used to go to this club, like you used to go to Rage. So we know what sort of music we're playing in Rage, and it weren't that sort of music. So when I done that radio, it didn't work in my head.
Yeah, and I did an albums and all that. I don't know if there was jungle on the albums.
The albums are fine because I like the tracks on the album. The album's fine, but it stuck to the. Because remember, they had two floors. And when you go to store, you had downstairs and then the upstairs. But the upstairs they're playing jungle, and downstairs they're playing the proper rave where our stuff, what Groove Rider and Fabio was playing. That worked. It really did work. I really enjoyed that. But upstairs, it didn't work for me because I didn't hear jungle in here. I never knew to have jungle in us and think it didn't really work in my head. We didn't play none of this time. None of you lot were here. Half of you guys were even got some DJs. So you got
exactly.
The only person I can actually turn around and say anything was Fabio and Groove Rider because they were there from the beginning.
They were there, totally.
Yeah, they were there from the beginning. I met them in the scene. The rest of them, you lot weren't there. So you just came about. I had to call Johnny too late, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Right.
No, they're the good old days. Good old days.
Yeah, mate. Amazing days. I mean, they built us to where we are today, and they gave us that skill set that we need to be able to manage our way through the things we do now, isn't it? To navigate our way through the business industry. Yeah.
Yes. And
always stayed independent. I mean, you could have went off, you could have worked for a major label. I'm sure anyone would have taken you on. Anybody, but you stuck to your guns, you remained independent, and you did it for yourself,
Well, and look, I ain't done too bad out of it. I got properties and I'm living good. You know what I mean? I'm not done too bad out of it. It's like I said, a lot of people, you got a lot of guys who are producers, they ain't got pot to piss in. So DJ and MC ain't got a pot to piss in, but I got a pot to piss in, and I got a house over my head, and I bought it from the rave scene, and I'm proud of myself for that because it had to achieve something. I didn't squander the money. I didn't squander it and done foolishness or take drugs or whatever. I bought properties. I looked after certain things, and it's paid dividends. So it can pay if you just stick to it.
Stick to it.
Because that's
and work hard. You worked hard.
Yeah, oh, come on, man.
And you learned to adapt. And that was what you were saying. And being able to adapt. Because here's the thing. Here's the difference between yourself and even promoters like myself. You know, and all of us, like your sunrise, your energy, even biology, all of us, is that when our day ended, that was it. It just ended. And we didn't.
You know why it ended? Because it ended because it ended because it was a scene. So it's a part of a cult. It's a scene, isn't it? And every scene has its day. So when that went, you lot went with it.
We went with it, but the difference with you is you just sat back, had a little look, and came back and reinvented yourself.
Yeah. I had to because, like I said, when the rave, when I came out the police station and said they keep raiding me, they were onto me basically. Anything I did, I couldn't put up a fight because they were just onto me. But they couldn't stop the vinyl, so I just went into the vinyl. I just slipped myself in the vinyl, and it was the same thing. The vinyl was like the same as running because the same record shop. I'm dealing with the same. I think called glove in glove or hand in glove. Yeah,
it's same ticket outlets. Everything was the same. Yeah, for sure.
So nothing changed. All I'm just selling the rave. But then the next generation wants to know about this rave scene. So we split the vinyl. We sell the vinyl. I'm gonna give you stories like Mr. Music Man. I'll give you little stories like Martin from Stretton. When I first met Martin in '89, late '89, he was bringing all that stuff from Germany and Belgium, all this hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
So I was getting first hand of this stuff. Yeah, I was getting first hand of it because I did like Martin. Well, nice guy, white dude, nice guy. I love it. To this day, I still check for him. But anyway, he came and he goes to me, Paul, man, I'm going to Germany. You want to come? Nah, I don't want to. When you bring the record every Thursday, I go to Germany and I come back every Thursday. So meet me at the shop. So I had to go every Thursday, go to the shop, get first hand of all this stuff from Belgium and listen to it and go, fucking hardcore and down, all that manic sound and that German sound and all that Belgian. I said, keep all that sound, go on and sample the fucker out of it because I couldn't get them sounds, right? Yeah. And then reproduce it and put it back out again. Now, this guy called Mr. Music Man was running the show. All that sound, Euro, we call it Euro, was running the rave scene. Everybody's on this Euro, all the DJs were playing, everybody's playing this Euro. That heavy Belgian sound was running.
It was charting, Yeah,
they were charting, the Black Box, they were charting the scene. So that sound was dominating the rave scene. Mr. Music Man was coming over in his
he was. I remember him. Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah, of course.
And he was doing making all the money laughing. I said, yeah. You fucking genius, we're gonna push you back. So we worked so hard, dominated his scene, started putting our records into his world. My man now driving the van to his and dumping my records into his world. And my record was climbing the charts, right? I was number one. I was number one in Germany.
Street, bro.
So much units out there. They started to pick up on this breakbeat techno sound. He started to dominate, and he didn't like it. So he came on, and then eventually everybody started doing it. See, more and more British labels started doing it. More and more labels, and his record sales are starting. He sells.
There it goes, mate. Yeah.
So he came over in his car. He got what's going on. He got the scene's changing. We don't want your shit. No. The British scene started to grow now. He started to dominate. And started to push back the Germans, and the Germans got pushed back right to the end. You don't hear their sounds no more. Look, you don't hear their sound. The British sound. Yeah. He came over in his Porsche looking at what's going on. You know what he was doing? You know what he done in the end? He drive around in his Porsche, start buying up the British stuff.
And taking it to Germany.
Bringing it to Germany and sampling it and repackaging it and sending it back to us. Remember, I was first hand, I would see it. So when I go, hold on a minute, I got this record, packaged all nice label, well packaged, new label. I've never seen this label before.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the German sound, they got the British breakbeats in it. So hold on a minute. Oh, my record, you can hear they're sampling our stuff now. They start to put the breaks in the tune. But I get in first hand, so I'm seeing it all. So I had to phone them up from Martin's office, get the label, turn them up, bring over. Hey, that's my tune. Oh, we didn't build the tune, someone else did. But you got your name all over it. You got your number. You didn't build. Listen, don't touch our tunes. Stop touching our tunes and sampling our stuff to put. And that's how I dealt with Mr. German, man. I said, I had the number, I'd phone him all the time. telling them off,
I
telling
know
them
him.
off, telling them off. But
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
know
people
him.
don't know none of this. No one knows about this
That's
what happened.
crazy, brother.
Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
that was
You
back
were
then. That was
so
the
active.
and that was the final war. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the final war going on. You lot didn't see this final war. I was only the man in it, and a few other guys were in this final fighting the Germans, trying to get their sound out of our industry because we didn't want that sound anymore. We wanted our British sound,
the new jungle sound. Yeah.
Well, we were trying to build this. Yeah, we were trying to build the jungle sound, and at the same time, and Martin, who was going to Germany, he was bringing that sound in, and so was Mo's music as well. He was bringing that sound in. Loads of these companies were bringing that Belgian sound in because they were to go to Germany to the warehouse in their van every Thursday, pick it up and bring it up and drive around all the record shops around London. That's what they used to do. That's what Martin used to do. So you go to Germany, pick it all up, come on Monday, and he would drive all around record shops, dropping all these Belgian sounds.
Sensible,
and it's fresh and new, and no one knew what they're saying. Martin's bringing it around in the van. I said, yeah, so you think. I do Martin's bringing my tunes around in the van. So he'd have Paul Jungle Techno and the German stuff. And that's how Ibiza grew so quick. So he would drive all around and then drop all my stuff around for your fucking. Look, I mean, first time I ever picked up a $5,000 check from a record, it was like a buzz. Come on, man. It was a buzz for me. Of
course, mate. I mean,
Man,
something that you made up in
check.
your head, you know?
Come on. I've never had a $5,000 check. I've done cash.
Yeah.
But actually
legal
getting a $5,000 check from one of the records I'm doing, I ain't got a fucking clue. It's like, oh, here we go.
I've arrived.
Give me a $5,000 check. And I'll never forget that $5,000. I put it in the bank, put it in my company, set it up, $5,000. I said, nice. I mean, and he's been on for a while, you know. $5,000 checks here, mate. $2,000 checks there, $2,000 checks. This is now I'm learning how to run a business. Because now all this money goes to a company now. And I'm paying tax on it and blah blah. And so that's another story now. Because now got into that after the taxman come after me. So you got to learn. You understand where I'm coming from now? So you have to learn these things. I was learning. No one taught me. I learned
on the fly,
on the go, on my feet. I learned on the way. The music. I learned all the music business by myself. No one taught me nothing. Martin explained certain things to me, but I learned all this by myself. The pricing of the records. Remember, there's no price. I changed. What I've done in the music industry, no one understand. You see, I'm gonna explain to you. When you do mastering, there's a thing called pause and a negative. Now, I said to the guys at the pressing plant at the time, what the fuck? Why do I need a pause? Explain to me why I need a pause. Oh, for this, for that, for that, for that. Why do I need a negative? Oh, but that don't make no sense because they're both the same thing. The negative, the pause is the same thing. What it is, right? They're conning us. They want you to pay for the pause, the neg, and the fucking and the stamp to go on the machine. I said, well, you're just whipping us off. You know, we pay for all these films, and this film don't hardly use the pause. You don't use. You hardly use the pause. I got loads of pauses. They're sitting in the fucking cupboard. What's the point of these things? So I said, no longer. I don't want. I said to the guys, don't do with the pauses. Just give me the negatives and the stamp on that. I go home. They cut out £100. They automatically cut out £100 straight away.
Massive.
Extra £100. I changed the game. Now they don't. No companies don't use them no more. They'll just give you a negative deposit and go home. Now they don't do deposits anymore because I stopped using it, and they said, "Really, you don't give a fuck. Why should we?" So they stopped. Don't do it anymore. Right.
Yeah.
I'm the one who changed the labels as well. I used to go to Laurels. I go to Laurels. Why am I want a pair? Oh, you need a pair. I don't need a pair. I don't. You just want to make money. You just give me one-sided label because it's white label. As long as I've got one-sided information on there, Ibiza, you can see all the information, what you need. Why do I need a pair?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Change the label again.
Excellent, mate.
I get 2,000 label for my 90 quid. Instead of getting 90 quid for 1,000. So I changed the game again. So these are the things I was doing as I've been manipulating it because it's our product. That's why people like PRS couldn't get involved because PRS says, "Oh, we need to license these raves. You playing all this music, and we're not picking up no money for the union." Well, let me explain something to you, then, PRS. You don't own my tunes. You don't make my tunes, and I ain't signing none of your forms. When I used to go to the president, I go use a fill up MP3 form to press the record. I said I ain't signing nothing because these records belongs to me, and they got nothing to do with you. So I didn't never follow none of their protocol. I done everything. I broke all their rules, and that's why I broke all their rules. And that's why the rules are broken today. We're running our own rules. There's no rules. You're trying to make rules when there ain't none. Yeah? You're trying to say this is how it goes, but it doesn't. If you invent a scene, like I said, when I explained to her, when you invent a scene and understand the scene, how the scene works, then I don't need you to tell me how the scene works, do I? And all the independent record shops, I know them all.
Yeah, for sure. You know the scene. It's your scene.
Yes. So I know the whole, I know the whole scene. So I don't need anybody to tell me how this scene works. You check where I'm coming from. So that's the bottom line. That's why I'm passionate what I do. I understand the game, and you don't just come about. I think the game just came about by itself. We've done a lot of work with little foundation to have it where it's today. So you guys can come in and do what you're doing with the vinyl. And that's why I do like drum and bass boys. What the drum and bass boys went and done, and going back to the drum and bass boys, the music industry, they took away the drum and bass boys. What they come and done, they didn't like the way that the record business was run in the reggae way, like with the dub plates and your masters and blah blah. They didn't like that. So what they went and done, they didn't make no dub plates. They cut out music house completely. They cut him out completely and went straight to CD and burned this music onto CDs. So there's no more dub plates. So it didn't follow that culture. Now drum and bass following a different culture now. So now you took music out of a business. You cut a man out of a business. You cut him because you don't want to go and cut a music out no more. You don't want to cut no dubs there. You want to be, I'm high and mighty, I'm sitting there, I'm the king of the drum and bass. We're not doing that. We've got the high tech. No, you just killed an industry, you killed the scene. So that's why I don't follow the drum and bass scene. Because you killed it, you're killing the scene when the jungle weren't killing it. It was making entrepreneurs. You're making music men, you're making dub plates, you're making manufacturers, you're making vinyl. You're not actually killing the scene. You're not killing it.
You're growing it.
Yeah, you're growing it, and that's what I like. What I do, I grow because now that's why me and Chris at music, we could talk about this, and JT, we could talk about what's going on in the scene. On the drum and bass scene, you can't because there's nothing going on because you're all individuals. You're just making, and I'm not into the downloads neither. So you do your tune, you make it into a download scenario, and you're still going digital, and you just cut and complete people out of business, and I don't like it.
Go on. So you never went that MP3 route download?
No.
Excellent.
I never will because it doesn't make sense because you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta kill the industry, and I'm not here to kill the industry. I'm here to keep it alive. Mate. So you gotta kill the vinyl market. You gotta kill everything. And my son don't know about vinyl because he's not grown up on it. He goes, Dad, what's the vinyl? I don't know what. He don't know what a fucking turntable is. He's not grown up on it. So 18 years, 20 years of these kids not growing up on vinyl, they don't know about the market. So we need to educate them again because the vinyl is important. Vinyl is better. It's not throwaway music. It's standing the test of time. You can package away in the cupboard, and it's got value. That's why I like it. It's not throwaway music. I'm not billing music to throw away. Bill it today, make it. You hear it. I like it, and you throw it away. Nah, music should last the test of time. If you make good quality music, it will never die. And and I know that because soul music, rare groove, and all the music that we listen to this day, and music that we've been playing for years, and still sound good today. You know what I mean? So,
and look at you now. You're in a position like right now. You're re-releasing music that you created from the 90s.
There you go. I said to my son, I don't want my hard work. I don't need to make new music. I got my back catalogue will keep me going for the next 5 to 10 years.
Brother. Because everyone came to Ibiza Records, basically, innit? You were the guy.
Yeah, everybody came, and then you trying to tell anybody that now, though. Deny it now. I know, but Paul weren't there. You telling anybody that now?
I mean, you was the guy, mate.
I
knew that.
I got a book here. I said my missus, I got a book here. Right here with every DJ under the sun from 1989 to up to 94, and I got and some of them have died, some of them still living. Even I got some of their addresses, the original addresses. I just send my dub plates to. I got the people's names.
You got the old mailing list,
It cost me too much money. I thought these dub plates cost me, because remember it's £25 a pop at the time.
Yeah,
so at the time I was making money, so it didn't bother me. So I just did certain DJs, I make sure they get their dub plates.
Of course.
And certain DJs I do, and then in the end I can't do it. It costs me too much money to get some test presses. But yes, I still got that book to this day, and it's got all everybody's name. I sat down and go, right, that name, look, these names, all these DJs, where are they today? This one, you're probably, he's still alive, he's dead, I have all their names to this day. So and no one's got this book. No one has.
Yeah, man.
And everybody's name and address because, like you said earlier, I was the only one doing it at the time. They wanted that sound, that new British sound. What made Ibiza was that tune called Box Bass.
Yeah,
that really
heavy bass. Yeah, that Jamaican influence.
That we brought in the black, because remember the scene had no bass, a lot of breaks, but no bass. And we'd say, fuck it, one finger team. Man, all it was a one finger job. It wasn't like one finger on the keypad. Shake the whole fucking place, and it worked. And that's why we call it Box Bass, and it worked. And to this day, that tune that tune made Ibiza. Everybody wanted that tune, and all the distributors were fighting over that tune. So I knew from then that I was onto something then, and Noise Factory was built. These guys, James, run Noise Factory, and and it just expanded, and we got potential Bad Boy, Chris, and the whole thing expanded. You know what I mean? The whole thing expanded. So I'm
when
really
you say
happy.
Chris, you're not talking about Music Power, Chris, are you?
No, I'm talking about music. Yeah. I'm talking about music. Can't forget Music Power, Chris.
Yeah. That's what I thought. We have to give Chris a little shout.
Funny enough, me and him are talking. We've been talking hard for the last 3 weeks now. Hard.
Oh, wow. I haven't spoken to him for 30 years, man.
Yeah, we found each other now. I know he lives in Tottenham, but I didn't know where he was, and suddenly we found each other, and we talked about the olden days. It's like everything's coming back together. We got something in the pipeline. Got
some plans, mate. Yeah, mate.
We're up to something.
That's fantastic, brother.
Yeah.
So are you going to be like doing social distancing parties, or you're going to
I'm not going to give them up. I'm still doing my parties. And Wayne, I do what I did because I know the rave so much. I love it so much. I was doing free parties. You hear about my free parties I was doing?
No, mate.
Yeah, I was running these. I've been firing Lightbox for 4 years, running free parties. All I was doing gathering data. I didn't care. People didn't know what I was up to.
Smart,
I was just gathering data. You did that. And really, what I was doing 4 years, I was down here. Right, mate. I drum and bass.
That's a lot of data.
Yeah,
Yeah, mate.
Drum and bass.
Yeah, mate.
Jungle, garage, and reggae. All 4 arenas. Wow. Remember, these kids have not seen a rave. Remember, we come from where there was a rave every weekend. These kids haven't seen it every weekend. They're just seeing it. They go to these parties, one here, one there, or every 8 weeks you go to my man's party, you go to these. Yeah, you got parties every weekend, but it's not the same brand. It's all different brands.
Not a big thing.
It's the same brand. So I knew that they'd never seen that before. So I'd run it every month. Imagine that, 2,400, 2,600 every month for 4 years.
Dude. That's cool, man. So, I mean, the amount of people that came through there. What did you call it?
It was Jungle Splash, free parties.
Jungle Splash, free parties.
Free parties. And there was a way how I done it. You have to join the database.
Okay.
You have to go in there. You can't get into my party without going in the database. So you have to join the database. So everybody has to join. So there's like 5,000 joined on the database. Yeah. Fantastic. I just shut about 3,500 because it was just too much. Yeah. And that's how I used to run it. Right. So if people need to come to my party, you're not on my database, you got to pay £15, bro. Yeah. And the ones on the database, they get it for free. So so what happened? That about half of them just come to the buzz. They're buzzing. Oh, I heard a rave one. Not join the database, and half of them know the runnings. They join the database. So half of them knew what they were doing. They've got in. The ones who didn't know what they're doing, they pay, and they learn the net. I'm going to join the database next week, and they join the database. And I kept that database. I was
going to say, and the benefit of that is you had this massive mailing list and stuff now.
Basically, it was massive. Yeah, 100,000, 150,000.
I bet, mate.
Yeah, it was loads.
Incredible, brother.
And it went on, and all the college lot. It was all like college student lot. And because I used the new system, I was the first one on this new electronic system. And because I knew everybody in the rave game, the DJ, I could look up. They can't really charge me too much money because I've been in the game too long. So they had to come down with their prices. And also, I'm a household name. So all the guys I knew, all my friends. So everybody, fucking cool. And it's regular wages for them. They're happy. And this fight went on for about 4 years. From 4 years. Solid.
Wow, mate.
Solid. Ramming out, firing like for 4 years.
For free.
Fools running it red. They couldn't get a look at that. Garage splash, jungle splash, this splash, reggae splash, the whole 9 for 4 years. It's only been shut down. It's only been up. I only stopped doing it for about a year now because of the pandemic.
Wow. Oh, you've only just stopped?
Yeah, due to the pandemic. Now, what happened? Now the club saying to me, moaning about it. But I just what I'd done. Some of the clubs wanted to get into me. There was one stage. Listen, when I learned about the internet, when I found out how it worked, because remember it changes. Yeah, there's rules, and you got to follow the trend. So when the dubstep hit the scene, I said to myself, "Who's this new kid on the block then?" But when I heard about the dubstep, whoever's behind this dubstep is breeding the scene, and I'm a scene breeder. Yeah, I like to know who he is. I'm a scene breeder. So I was working with Congonati, Rebel MC.
Yeah,
he said to me, "Oh, I'm playing at a dubstep rave, Paul. Want to come and see?" I goes, "Where?" He goes, "Coronet." 2000. This was 2008. I never forget it. 2008, 2007, going into 2008. It was New Year's, but it wasn't actually New Year's. It was New Year's, but it was like January the 8th. Not actually New Year's by itself.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the rave a long time. I've never seen a rave jam in January the 8th. It was always New Year's.
We're normally sleeping.
Jam to the after you got to have like 2 weeks rest and the scene starts again. Totally. So when I went to this rave on January the 8th and I see how ram it was, I had to scratch my head because I've been around the clock enough times, as you know. I've been around the clock. So you get to understand New Year's. So when you saw a January the 8th rave happening, no, man, there's something not right. And it was Ram. So I said, "Show me this new kid on the block." And it's a new guy called Jack. He got an Outlook Festival, his name, the guy. He runs Outlook Festival. That's him. Yeah. New kid on the block. New kid on the block, eh? And I like the new, so you're the new kid on the block. And he's like, yeah. And he was like, at first, when he loved Rebel, he was an aura Rebel, because he had Rebel, and he was aura of me because he realized who I was, Ibiza. So he was an aura.
Godfather.
So it's like that. But I'm not interested in all that. I want to know what you're doing.
Yeah. Of course.
I want to know what you're fucking doing. How do you get people in there on January the 8th? And it's Ram, dubstep. I didn't like the music at the time, but it was Ram, Wayne. It was proper Ram. So I turned
a nice crowd too, huh?
Yeah, very nice. It's like trendy.
Yeah, everyone dressed up.
It was nice. It was nice to see. Refreshing. It was refreshing. It was what it was. And I said to myself, I need to know what this guy is doing. And he goes, "I go to everything." Then I realized it was the Facebook thing. He'd been on the Facebook long before anybody else. He's been on Facebook around the back end, not the front end, not what you see at the front now, not the front end where you need the prick. Turn the thing around into all this diagram. And I said, they're slimlined it now. Facebook is slimlined it now. It's double 10 years now. They've slimlined at the back end now. Before it was like, I couldn't understand the fuck what was going around the back. So he did. And he's been on it from then. And he's been running it from then. And I thought, this guy knows his shit. I just hanged around with him, done a rave with him, lost 4 grand. I don't mind. Just done a rave. I need to see what he does. I'm going back to school. And that's what I did. I went back to school, learned it for 4 years, hanging around with him for a year or so, lost 4 grand with him, learned everything what I need to learn. And then I realized it was the Facebook. And I said, let me see if I can do it now. And I ain't turned back.
You did.
I ain't turned back, and I had bricks I had bricks on the lock. I had Channel One. I had the Electric, Bricks and Jam, Prince of Wales Pub, and the Electric across the road. I ran it all at the same time, and no one knew what I was doing. No one knew.
You're a proper multitasker, mate.
Yeah, no, only my missus knew. No one knew. I was just there like laughing. Nobody knew exactly what I was doing, you know what I mean? I was learning this new trade, and then when they sussed up what we was doing, they kicked us out. They got this guy's running the show. He's got that. He's got that. Who the fuck do you think he is? And then I said, don't worry about it. And then Fire and Lightbox popped up. So it's like I just took that energy from there and brought it to there. And hey, look at it. And I'm still doing it to this day. So yeah, I will still be doing parties, still running the same thing.
Of course, mate.
The brand's big now. It can't. See what I've done now. No, what I've done with the brand is like I've learned so much that when you build DJs and they become big, they forget who you are, and they I'm not porter. It's human nature. They turn around and shit on you, so I call it the shit on you. After I fucking built you, you're a £50 fucking DJ. Now you're a household name, and you want to charge me £2.5 grand. And I need to pay you 50 fucking quid. So I can't get my head around that. That's the problem I have. So I got DJs out there how I respect. They call it mates rates. Okay. So you're damn right, mate. So there's certain DJs out there who will look after me mates rates.
Right too, bro. Right too, mate.
And I'm happy with it. And I always promote them the rest of my life. because they look after you. And the other DJs,
they'll always get booked. It's like,
they're always. And if other DJs coming on, now and again, I might book them. If I think it's treatable, if I think it's viable to spend the money. But what I've done with the new technology and what's gone on, I made the brand powerful.
Yeah.
Not the DJ. I worked on the brand.
Yeah,
the brand is more powerful than the DJ. So any DJ, no matter who you are, I don't give a my brand will pull punters now. But it's not about the DJs. It's not about the brand. It's the branding.
It's the platform.
You build the brand. So people now know the brand. Like Jungle Fest, going. Not even know we don't give a fuck who's on the brand. I'm going to a Jungle Fest rave. I built the brand. So the brand is powerful now that I don't DJ to me. I'd rather build new, like be an Arsenal Wenger, get new football, young stars coming through, give them 50 quid, let them do their thing. And then when they get big, they go and bring the next generation through again, and so on and so on. Because it's about the branding, and I like giving new DJs the platform as well. I don't like stick to the old boys. You keep the old boys, but any new up and coming DJs, you're in, mate.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm bringing all the girls in. I've got some girl DJs I've been working with. Missy Magoo from up Scotland, and she comes down. She plays for me. She's very good hot DJs. Excellent. So I've been working with the girl DJs there. So push the girls as well. Push them up as well. You know what I mean? Not just the men. Push up the girls there. Wouldn't have made some lady MCs, but it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Cool. You know what I mean? And also, a lot of people didn't understand as well. I don't know if you call it MC Convention. I run that as mine as well.
Go on, mate.
MC Convention is mine as well with Shabba and Skibber. I made them my household names because what happened? I didn't like the way I didn't like the way the DJs were behaving. The DJs were behaving horrible. There was a time where all the DJs were being horrible. They're charging too much money and they were being fucking horrible, right? And I didn't like it. You don't control this thing. It's like you forget that you already come the other day. I've been in this game, seen you grown, become a household name. You can tell me what to do in the fucking rave game. What's what I'm gonna fucking do? So a guy called Lloydie phoned me one day. He goes, Paul, I want to buy a rave. I go, what rave do you want to buy? He goes, I want to buy Elevation. A good brand, good rave, good rave. Yeah, good rave. But I didn't want no part of it because I knew who owned it. Yeah, and it was that Scott family, and it's a big argument. But Lloydie bought it off Kiss FM. And Moondance, but I didn't want no part of it. But he went to Mickey Finn because he realized I wasn't gonna. But I don't buy brands, I make brands. So what he did, he went to Mickey Finn. He went to Mickey Finn, and them two went to bed together and bought the brand. But Mickey Finn phoned me. Yeah, Mickey Finn phoned me. This is the story. Mickey Finn phoned me, come to the rave. I know what Mickey Finn wanted. Mickey Finn said, come to the rave and have a look. He wanted my expertise to have a look at it. He's a fucking DJ. He's not a fucking promoter. So Mickey Finn bought the rave with Lloydie. So him and Du went to bed, bought the rave together. They've done their first rave at Stratford Rex. He phoned me to come and have a look at it, Paul. Come and have a look at it.
It was a big old venue, that as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Stratford Rex. So I went and had a look. I had a look for Mickey Finn. Not for Lloydie, because Lloydie came to my house and used my head and bought the rave, but he didn't invite me. It was Mickey Finn who invited me. Yeah. So I went down. But when I went and saw, what I saw was this. Man. Fucking hell, you guys, you're missing a trick here. But I didn't tell Mickey Finn that. I said, they're making a trick here. Look, the MCs are powerful. The MCs are powerful more than the fucking DJs. Look at this. Skeevy's going on the mic, they're going mad. And Shabba's on the mic. They're all going mad. The DJs, the MCs are powerful. They're missing a trick. I fucked up home. I didn't tell Mickey Finn nothing. I went home. I sat down and right. I got a plan in my head. That's what I'm like. I got a plan in my head.
Excellent, mate. You're always thinking on your feet.
Yeah, I went home and phoned Shabba the next following day. I said, Shabba, I want to speak to you. Blah, blah, blah. He goes, no problem. And Tone, Brett, telepathy Brett, he saw he had the same idea. He saw it as well. He goes, I'm doing a rave in a couple of weeks' time. I want you to come down. What are you doing? I'm doing a thing called SOSOS. Not what you see now, SOS, the Shabba and Skibber. Not SO with Harry Shotter and my man, Stormzy. That's another story anyway. I'll explain to that later on. And anyway, Brett done it, but Brett's not a music master. Brett, he done it. He ran that telepathy with it, with the idea, but they're not music men. They're just hustlers. I said, no, shut the skip. I do a lot more than just use you. I'm making you into a fucking household name and turn you into superstars. Better than just use you as a rave.
Totally,
so
mate.
Like the idea, and I'll give you more money with Brett's giving. So he goes, so I'll come. So he came with me to the empty convention.
Excellent.
And then he brought me skipper. So I made them the main, the head, the figurehead of MC convention. And I passed, and I got to know all the street poster men. Like you know them as well. All the street poster guys, I got to know them, all of them. The Murphys, this guy, the plumber. Yeah. I knew them all. And they
you have to have them on board, don't you? You know.
Yeah. I got them on board. I got them all on board.
Yeah.
And they took a party with. They plastered everywhere. All you saw was MC convention everywhere. I put out 2,000 street posters everywhere. Wow. And what I did, I just put the cheap ones, 50p, black and white ones. I didn't even go
up. That's fine.
I keep them cheap, so I can put all back the place. I flooded the fucking streets with it. I flooded the streets with it. All you could do is empty convention. And that was another thing. And that became a household name. That became so powerful that the MCs had now had a platform.
No, it's an industry.
Yeah. Bill, and it smashed up them. And I didn't use no top-rate DJs. All I was using top MCs and second-rated and DJs. And so Shaba and Skibby was my main boys. The rest of the DJs were just low-end DJs. The only one DJ I used out there who liked what I was doing was Groove Rider. I love what you do, Pierre. Count me. He came forward. He liked what this thing is big. And it became big. It became so powerful that anywhere I went, we brought in that MC thing to the game. That's why you got MCs now today, where you got, not so much, you got Harry Shaw, you got X-Man, you got all these, all came off the back of MC Convention, because MC Convention was one of the leaders of the MCs thing, and people like Lloydie and Breaking Science, they use that model to this day. They get all the MCs, but they don't say MC Convention, but they use the same model.
Yeah. And I mean, there's agencies now, and has Chris got an agency? I mean, they've all got agencies and stuff.
All of them have. They've all got their agents. They charge too much money, over the top and this and that, and so they all got agency. But before they never had no agencies. Now we go for agencies, and they want to charge a little change. And so I'm not. I say anybody with agency, I don't really do. I'm not interested. Yeah, because when I met
you, come direct. Yeah.
You have to deal with me direct. I've been in the game long enough to know that you come to me direct or not. But I don't really care now. I've got to say, well, I'm too old in this game to be.
Of course.
I make stars. I don't I don't need no agency. So you work with me, you don't. It's as simple as that. Because I'm not going to talk to no parties.
For sure, mate. So what's next then for you, brother? Do you know what's next, or are you just waiting to see it?
Yeah. Waiting to see it. I don't. Well, I want to open. I got something in the pipeline. I want to open a virtual record shop online. That's what I want to do.
Idea.
That's what me and Chris Music Power. That's what me and Chris is up to right now. For Music Power, we want to do. Because
big shout out to Chris.
I will do when I see. I will do. I will pick him up for you. Man. And we want to open a record shop online, like Music Power, like a Nicky Black Market record shop online for the kids, and sell the vinyl and trying to have a digital. Not a download site, more vinyl site, interact with the people, talk loud, black market record shop or power, whatever shop, invite down DJ to play, spin, but it has to be vinyl though. The show, we want to, because the internet's here now, so we're going to try to turn it around so it's a vinyl.
And everyone's buying, I mean, even yesterday, I had a meeting, and when I had the meeting on his desk, he had this massive pile of records, and this was someone that wasn't even in that game. And he said, I said, what's with all the vinyl? He said, I sell vinyl nowadays. I was like, what? He said, I sell loads of vinyl. I sell vinyl. Thousands of pounds. So, and even my sister, she sells vinyl. So it's
and you got
so to have a record shop, an online record shop, someone with the likes of yourself and the likes of Chris, and with that big name, I mean, Music Power Records at the time, I mean, they were massive. They sold Ilford and Montford, was it?
Nicky Power, and all them boys from Holloway Road, Nicky Power and that guys, and there are two of them. There's one in
there's like Haringey and Ilford, or something.
One in Ilford and one in Haringey, and they guys were the,
and they were ticket outlets, because they were our ticket outlets.
They were one of the biggest ticket outlets, and I learnt my trade for them by being on Green Lane. So I used to go there all the time and get all the records from them, and I learnt my game. My first record I sold was from their shop. You know what I mean? And that's how I got to know. That's how I got to know Goldie and Chemistry and Storm. It's from that shop. That's how I got to know them. I met everybody there. So you can't forget the bar. That's why I won't forget Chris. I said, come on, let's do this. Let's try and do this virtual online business. And you know the history of the music.
Good idea, mate.
You taught me, so, yeah, and try and
how
get
far away?
market.
Yeah, mate. I mean, it's a great idea. And to be honest, it's a market that can be taken right now.
Well, come on. That's what we.
So if you get a couple of guys that are proper, been in the game for all this time, like yourself and Chris from Music Power Records, I think you've got a really good chance. That's
the plan. I've been talking to Nikki as well. Nikki from
Nikki and
So the right guys right around, and they can't. They're getting their heads around it because it's actually the virtual. But imagine it's a same.
Well, it's how, isn't it? It's like, okay, we know what we want to do. It's like, how are we going to do it now? Isn't it?
How are we going to do it? Basically, that's where I'm at with it right now. But it can be done because they don't understand what a virtual record shop is. They've never been to a record shop and buying vinyl with these kids. They just download everything. So they don't know when you go to a record shop, you put your hands up and you go, what this record man. Or that social aspect of it all. You chat to this guy, you chat to that guy, you're bunning the split. They've never
seen that. I've spent, and I'm not even a DJ. I've spent hours and hours in when we were doing it in the albums.
You know, man, record shop I used to go to and hang out.
I mean, mate, telling
Black Market is one of them. City Sound was one of them.
City Sounds, especially at that time, they were like the biggest at the time, weren't they? City Sound.
Yeah, I used to hang out with David in City Sound. Nicky Black Market.
Be in there, Rap, Kenny,
come on,
Hype, man. Everybody be in that shop.
All of them. They ought to be all there, all of them. And places like you said, City Sounds, and then I used to go Black Market Records, and the odd I might go Kilburn. The one in Kilburn, the odd one in Kilburn. But mainly they were the shop, and Red Eye.
Yeah, they were the ones.
Brixton. And Red Eye and Brixton. They're the only ones that I just hang out in. And Green Lane. That was the meeting point for everybody. They're the ones. The rest of the shops they just come about. Johnny Two, they come later on down the line. They came later on.
There was just something different about the people that owned those stores, wasn't it, than all the other people? You know, there was a real passion for
Mash Records. I need to go Mash Records as well.
Mash, Oxford Street.
And to speak to Steve and Noodles.
Yeah, so, Steve, Noodles.
Yeah, I now know the history of that shop now because I didn't know. Jump Jack Frost and Brian G had something to do with that shop when they first opened. Same thing when I had the Zoom meeting like we're having now. It came out that they started off the shop, and that was one of my shops. And they explained they explained how they opened up the shop. Why Steve was there. I didn't know Steve was Steve, cousin.
Because he dealt with the record shop, didn't he? Steve was in the record shop part.
Mash Records. That it all came about because it started selling. They were selling the Acid clothes. They were just selling the clothes first, and then why you put the records in the shop as well, and have the speakers pumping out in the street, huh? And that's what it all came about, and that's what the record shop was in Mash Records. When they explained that to me, I go, that's how small the world is, and I have to go there all the time. I would just sit there every Saturday, sit with Steve and sitting there with them. Just sitting in the shop and just breezing.
I met down there one day. I met this chap who, and because all the DJs go there, so they meet you and they all want to play at your event, don't they?
That's right.
And so when he would go, this is the Genesis guy. Everyone would go, I want to play, So I always say, send me a demo and I listen to it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can promise you is that I will listen to it.
Yeah, that's all we can do. That's all you can.
All I can promise you, And then there was this chap there one day and he kept saying, I don't need demos and all this. And I was like, mate, you can't play with me without a demo. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, about 3 weeks later, he didn't want to give me a demo. So I was like, no demo, you don't play. About 3 weeks later, I get this flyer for a Genesis party. It's not my party. The geezer set up a fake Genesis party.
Did he?
Yeah, mate. I met him at MASH.
And so he signed up.
He didn't meet. So it was lucky, because when I rung the helpline or the information line, I said, hello. I said, is this Genesis? Because I obviously want them to say they're Genesis as well. So I said, hello, is this Genesis? He said, yeah. I said, well, that's funny because I'm Genesis. And the voice at the other end said, is this Wayne? I said, yeah. They said, you better keep your mouth shut or we're going to fuck you up. And they put the phone down and then they wouldn't answer. So I was like, who the fuck are these geezers?
Yeah.
So I started phoning round, to find out who they are. So the first thing I did was I phoned all the ticket outlets. And I said, look, I'm letting you know now, there's going to be no party. So I advise you not to sell any tickets because there's going to be no party. Because I knew we were all going. We were mobbed up, but we were coming down to the party, mate. There's no way the party's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I phoned all them up. They said it was cool. And then, so now he won't answer the phone, you know? So I was like, okay. But so I got the boys together and we were on our way. So I was phoning him, letting him know, mate, and I was saying to him, get your firm together. We're on our way. you know? About fucking, you're going to fuck me up. Get your firm together. We don't even want you on your own. Get your firm, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was on my way down there. He knew we were on our way. And then he rang up and he was going, and he was like, all right, mate. I'll stop the party. I'm really sorry, blah, 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 and all this. No, at the end of the day, I didn't really want to have to do the keys or anything. It was like, I just want you to not do the party, you know? And that was it, the end of the party, you know? But
you
got
a fucking chicken. He can't nick your brand,
mate.
Trying to bully you off it that you ain't got no muscle again. That's what they go wrong. That's where they go wrong. That's where they'll go. That's the whole thing. A lot of people, like for argument's sake, a lot of people don't know how I started off Bagley's. No one knows how I started off Bagley's. No one knows. They were a stage company. They were a fucking stage company. They do some stage. They do all the staging in there. You go there.
Right.
You go there. Thank you. They do all the stage, yeah. And one day I done a rave at a place called Cedric Studios, and I hired some staging. Down in Homington High Street there, Cedric Studios. So I hired some staging, and then when I hired the staging now, brought the staging back to Bagley, the guy saw the warehouse. He went, "Oh, this is what you're doing every weekend back." I goes, "We mean we can do this. I got a warehouse up in King's Cross there." I goes, "What warehouse?" I goes, "Where's this?" He goes, it's round the back there. So we followed the staging company. I don't know what made me that day went with them, and I saw this Bagley's. I saw the fucking place full up with all the fucking staging thing in there. I said, "You're a staging company." So what they've done, they saw what we did, took all the staging out, put it in somewhere else next door, down on a lower level, and then went for it. Got their license and everything. I remember the whole thing. And come back to me before I've done it now. I go, "What do you mean? I've done it, come." I said, "You fucking can." I go, "You done it?" Because they learned it from us.
And we got a license. He got a license as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He learned it from us, man. He came down and saw what we was doing. When he saw us little black guys doing the Lance owned the warehouse, Cedric warehouse. When he saw us doing what we was doing, he goes, "I can do this." So when he went back, he must have told his people, and I went back with him that day. Saw it. I go, "You can." So when I went back the following, he took all the staging out of Bagley's. It was in Bagley's and put it on a lower level. And now that same staging company now is in South London. Now I know the company. I know the staging. I said he learned the whole, told his dad and everything, and Bagley's history now. From Bagley's to Canvas to Bagley, whatever you want to call it now. But that's the story.
Crazy, dude. And listen,
you'll learn from us. That's how long we've been in this game. It's not.
Yeah, mate, forever. With respect as well, you know.
Yeah, we do things like this, Wayne, and we don't get recognised for it or get honoured for it.
We don't give it the big one either, do we? No, it's not like we give it the big one.
I just want people to have manners and respect. Like the other day when you had, when we done the when you come down that seminar down at the thing, and certain man was saying certain things, and you knew in your head, in your mind, you weren't there. Stop the lying. And I knew what you was doing, because I thought the same as well. I thought, he's right. You are lying. You weren't fucking there. These are man. You were too young. So how can you be telling this guy the story? You just come the other day. So what you did was correct. You are one of the. I always say this when I do these sort of things online. Your name will always come up, and Dave Roberts' name will always come up, because you guys. I was modeling my business off of you guys. So I wasn't doing anything else different. We are North London men. We've been in the game a long time. Dave Roberts and you guys started the warehouse thing, as far as I'm concerned. I just saw what you was doing, and I liked it, and I said, I can do this, and I just followed you guys. And like you said, wait till the opportunity to come for the old bill, and I made my move. It's just but I didn't want to stop in your tire. Wait, I just wait. I bide my time.
Timing is everything, mate.
Yeah. So when so I look at this whole rave game. It's like, well, where was you? Stop the lying. So you weren't there. But
I feel like that. Yeah.
I get like that, but sometimes I don't say anything no more.
We got to hold it. Yeah. Because after I came out of that place, I thought, you know what, I probably need to hold it down a bit.
Yeah, that's how you kill every. Listen, you're not the only one felt that way. My brother felt nudging me in my rib when I was sitting on the day. You all felt, but if you don't anticipate and get involved with these boys, they will run off with everything. Yeah. So just get involved. Yeah. Don't say nothing. Don't get angry with them. At least they're fucking doing something.
Of course,
and you just tell your story. Mate. And just tell
mate.
your story. And then they can't say nothing about your story. Don't get angry with him and him. Don't make no sense. Just tell your story. That's why they can't get rid of me and they can't get rid of you. Yeah. So every time they talk about the raid game, every time they talk about the raid game, they got to talk about your book.
Yeah.
You know, you start the 88, they have to talk about us. So they can't get rid of us. Yeah. That's why Richard Rain is my best friend. Paz is my best. They can't get rid of us. We are part of foundation. It's only a matter of time people start to realize, shit, these men are the foundation. So they start going through the trees now and go, realize, I need to speak to him. Or I need to speak to him.
Especially with you, that music catalogue. Wow.
Well, you know, no one was it's only it's only the last couple of months now, or I say over the couple of years now, and we're getting a lot of like people start to Paul was there, Gold is now saying it now. People are saying it now.
Yeah,
you know, they have to say it now. There's no point in trying to hold it back because there'll be a matter of time when I say my documentary.
Yeah, of course. You're going to do your books. You're going to have your documentary for sure.
And I start talking, I've done a documentary already with a guy called Ted. I don't know if you might know him. We've done he's done a big whole about the reggae industry. It's about the reggae and the jungle, how the jungle got influenced from the reggae, and he's probably done a proper job. I'm not going to lie.
What was it
Good
called?
funding from the British Council. He aired it down at the Westminster College.
Nice.
For 4 nights. It was rammed. Because going from the reggae to the jungle, and I'm part of the jungle.
Yeah, that connection.
He's linked it all up. So he's by Still Post done it. The guy who runs Still Post.
Yeah, I remember Still Post. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's funding the whole operation. And now he just phoned me the other day that the BBC has taken it.
Wow! Fantastic.
They're talking it, so it'll be air soon. On BBC Two or on Channel 4 when they do that thing on Friday. Every Friday, the music program on Channel 4, and they're not going to edit it. They said they don't need to be edited. It's what they like. They like what they see, so they're going to chop nothing out. It'll be exactly how they like it. They go, might get it in. So he phoned me up today, said, "They've got it. So sign the contract." Yes, no problem. But these are the things I've been doing. Like what we do, like we're doing now.
Building behind the scenes, yeah.
I'll have to do more of them because then you could talk about the scene and get more in depth. Like, I'm part of your culture. I'm part of you're part of my scene anyway. You stems from moves on from other people. I don't care because they weren't there, Wayne. So I know who was there. You was there. Their men weren't there. So see a black guy. Can I look at you as a black guy? I was like, black guy, Wayne, black man. Do that. It's as simple. There's another guy that I used to hang around with, the ponytail guy. What happened to him? Your best friend, he had a ponytail. He's a Genesis.
Oh, Keith. Yeah, that's who I used to do the parties with. He's one of our partners. Yeah, he's still about.
Yeah, he ran to him.
Yeah, man.
Is he okay? You know what?
He's good. He's good, mate. He's just had a baby the other day.
I saw him. You got to laugh at it. Belgraver Workshop. You know Archway? Belgraver Workshop? Well, I was in there with IB for Records, and he was downstairs rolling in some barrels. You fucking up to, right? Yeah, you know what I'm like. He was rolling in some barrels in his warehouse. I didn't want to say no more, but he was rolling his thing in the warehouse. I'm like, oh, right. But the next I said, fucking old building, this fucking warehouse. But Minnie was chatting then, and now I was running. I was on the for then. 92, 93, and he was just rolling these barrels in the same warehouses, and we was laughing then. So I know who's who in this game. I know who, and he's one of them guys I respect for as well, because I've been in the chat all the time, and he used to tell me about the games. When he used to about the flyers, he would tell me that we might get raided, or he would tell me something might happen next week. So he was informing me what was going on.
That's good, man.
Yeah, he was a good man. He's still about there. He's still about, yeah?
Yeah, Keith. Yeah, Keith was one of my old friends. I mean, to be fair, like out of these parties, you know, I did Genesis with Keith and Andrew, and I believe that they're probably going to be my best friends forever.
Gotcha.
We're all tight. We're all from Hackney. We're all the same age.
That's right. That's right.
And they're my boys forever, basically. You know, and even if I don't talk to them forever, they're still my boys forever. You know?
Yeah. Because I said he's a nice guy when I met him. I just, like I said, I just got on. As soon as I met him, we just got on.
Yeah, mate.
Like, we're not bad word.
Yeah, man.
I'd love to see them guys again. So the whole, I mean, you got to say Genesis, you guys started this rave scene, man. And it's like, Genesis and Sunrise. You two the first.
Yeah,
I don't. Biology came afterwards. Guns. I know the history, man.
Yeah.
No one can't tell me. I was
I
there.
know a lot of people say to me that biology came before us, and you're like, dude, what are you talking about?
Biology came after. I remember the first biology rave was at Linford Studios. Their first rave. I went there with my man with Tyson fighting Bruno.
Yeah.
And I saw Jarvis when he got drunk over the money. Same for what you just told me. I went to Linford Studios to this fight. The fight they fucking showed the fight. Yeah.
I know. I heard.
The big man, you fucking ripped us off. Everyone was monkey. The first time satellite. You remember the first time?
Yeah, I remember.
But this door kept on going, choom, bang, choom, bang. So I'm watching this door, see people going in and out this fucking door. I said, what's going on down there? So I went down there and I was, you can't. At a VIP lounge, right? I'm fighting there.
Full of champagne.
The VIP lounge was working, but the main one was. So I stayed and watched the replay. The fight kept repeating. So I just watched the fight and I'm laughing. But while I was watching the fight, I see another door kept them swinging and fucking slamming. But this door was further down, like a corridor. But Jarvis was slamming it. Fucking shut the fucking door. Shut it. He was slamming the door. Right. I looked down at the beat. He was carrying all that money. The same thing, black bag of money. He had a black bag of money. He was over it. Carrying the money. And the door kept on over. These guys, people could see down.
Of course, all them people, mate. Scary.
Yeah, fucking shut the fuck it. That's what brought to my attention.
Yeah.
Fucking door. And I look, you know me, I'm like beady eyed. I'm looking down that door now. I won't ease off that door so it opens again. I can see all the money. I said, right, so they're counting the money. I can see why he's angry. And so and that's how I met Jarvis. So I know when they first started. So no one can't tell me nothing. You lot went to the fields long before anybody else. You sort of rave to the field. People going to the fields now. I remember Dave Roberts telling me we're going to the fields. Fuck London. Fuck too much headache. Going to the field. I went to the first field rave with you guys. I remember everything. Yeah. To this day.
Excellent, brother.
Man, to this day, they can't tell me otherwise.
So Paul, look,
I remember all of us went. All of us.
Yeah, man.
I've still got the video in my house. 89. I still got someone's video in my collection now.
Yeah, mate.
I remember the smoke. I remember sitting.
Yeah, and the bouncy castles and that, innit? In that video.
You remember the cow? I don't know if it was cow food. I don't know what it was we were sitting on, but it was piled up. It was probably this amount of mountain. Some was used to roll down in it. I think some cattle food. I don't know what it was. Yeah. And it looked like shit, but it weren't shit. But it was like brown. Piled up to the top. We used to sit on top of this fucking thing, right? And then the smoke machine.
Yeah, man.
When the rave was going on, you lot built this wicked it was a lighting thing that holds all the lights, so it's square. Yeah. Square thing with all the lights are on it.
I think it might have been the arc line.
I think it was. And when the smoke rises and you look underneath rave, what a picture.
And it fired down the room. It just looked you know.
Wow. What a picture, man. And man. Never forget them days, man.
Yeah, never forget them days. And that's why it's such a pleasure to have you on, Paul. You know, it's such a pleasure to have you on. I mean, we've done nearly 3 hours and 20 minutes now. You know? So we've done nearly 3 hours and 20 minutes. All really interesting stuff. It's flown past.
Oh, well, you can edit. Oh, wicked. Well, you can edit it and do what you want with it.
No, it's gonna go up as it is, brother.
Wicked.
That's how we do it, bruv. You know, it's gonna go up as it is. So I guess what I want to say to you now is plug some of your, networks. Where can they get you music, for example, that you're doing?
Well, just go to Bandcamp. I'm again change it. Just go to Bandcamp and just go pumping Ibiza Records on Bandcamp will come up because, like I said, again, we changed the game on Bandcamp, and I like changing games on Bandcamp.
Yeah, mate.
Bandcamp was an innovator. Yeah, it was a download site, right? And I said to my missus, I'm not into this download again, cheaping out our music, and I'm not selling my music for 99p. I'm not doing it. I'd rather be rotting in my house. You know, now so much people come, Paul, I want your music. Because I'd rather my music stay in my house than giving it away for 99p. So I said to myself, you know what? Let's look at this. People say Bandcamp. Bandcamp is the in thing.
Yeah,
I thought to myself,
all on Bandcamp. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show what happened. I've been on Bandcamp for 5 years, so I'm going to show what I done. I changed the game on Bandcamp. I don't care what anyone says, right? So when I went over the download site, I'm not saying no fucking download. So I looked at the program, and my missus goes, let's change it. So we put the record sales in front, and the downloads we give away for free.
Very clever.
Bandcamp saw what I was doing, because that's not how it works. Bandcamp deal with it. It's a download site. It's not the merchandise. Is a thing that you give away as a little sideline.
Yeah, and they're linked away. Yeah.
Yeah, so the records will go in the merchant side as a little giveaway, and the downloads where you make your money.
Yeah.
But my missus, I said, I thank my missus done it more than me. She just changed it. Goes, oh, we're not doing that. We've got to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to make the records the aim thing, and we give away the downloads on the freebie. We've been doing it for a year. They saw what we was doing. They go, oh, you're not using the download. But no, I'm not interested. We're selling the vinyl. Now, what they've done, they've put it all under one roof now. So it doesn't come as a separate entity. Now it's all part of the entity. Yeah, because we changed it and they moved everything called Pro. They moved from to a little thing to this thing called, and so there's only a few of you on this. So they were looking at us now to see how it works. And now they're advertising. Do you want to sell a record shop on Bandcamp?
No
you want to, because they realise that the record market is there now. The download is a sideline, but I do a lot of vinyl selling on Bandcamp, and it's working, and they like what I'm doing. So now they saw my model. And that they change it to suit.
They've updated their system. Yeah, they've updated their system. Yeah, mate. That's mate. There you go again, innovating.
See, yeah, because I didn't want to sell my records. I didn't want to give my tunes away. And now everybody's jumping on Bandcamp selling vinyl on there, and they weren't doing that before. No one was doing it. Now you go to IB for a Bandcamp. My shop is big, it's huge. All the records on this huge. It's all mine. I sell records every day, so I'm happy. You know what I mean?
And that's a good thing. So when people come to Bandcamp and they buy songs from Ibiza Records, you're the one that's directly,
free. You also make it a free download, so you can play the thing. You want to go out and play with the key, you can play all day long in your house and put the vinyl down, or you want to play the vinyl up, but you still got it on the key. So you've got the best of both worlds. So you got to play this.
It benefits you directly. You know, it benefits Ibiza Records directly. That's the important thing, I think, these days. You know. It's like people want to, rather than have a download that you downloaded from loads of different people that's not supporting the artist. People want to support the artist now. Yeah.
Ruby Mastered, download it from Ibiza. And not even that, the people like London, the British Museum now have contacted me. I've got to send them a parcel now. They want to put that in the archive because part of the.
Go on, Sam.
Yeah, they want to put. I've got to sort that out soon.
Nice. No, you definitely do.
Send a parcel down to the British Museum so they can have it in the archive.
But you know that. But you know you can get a royalty from that.
Yeah. Always.
Every time someone listens to that, you get a royalty, brother.
Yeah, I know. He said that.
Yeah. It's nuts. So, even for books, you get. I get royalties from books that get lended from libraries.
See, so you get money for that as well. See,
yeah, like I'm in the British Library, and every time someone takes that book out, I get paid.
Say no more.
Yeah, no more. And it's same like what you were saying earlier. It's like Genesis is still feeding me. It's still feeding me, mate. It's unbelievable.
Because it should do, because you are foundation. If anyone's going to try and tell me you're not, then they don't know the industry.
Yeah.
You are the foundation. Don't matter anyone's. I don't care. Even the raves up in the Midlands, even the Midland raves, Manchester. You know what? The only person who can beat you is Hacienda.
Yeah, of course.
That's the only person who can beat you up is Hacienda.
Yeah.
Anybody else can't touch you.
And mate, that's still a massive honor, mate. That's a massive honor.
No, but I know. You know when you know the game and understand it, and the only person who can beat you up right now is Hacienda. And that's the only one I can think of from up north. But they only came in with electronic music. They had the rage up there, but they came in with electronic music with people like
Stone Roses and
Stone Roses and all the bands and all that.
Happy Mondays and
the guy called Chell. Because I bought all their records. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I understand where they come, but the only person can beat you from Manchester. But anybody else can't touch you.
I appreciate that.
Because everyone was running on his own steam. You know what I mean? So you're well done for sort of showing us this new way of raving and sort of thing, because I never knew it. I never knew it. And like I said, I learned about the rigs, lighting, this, so on. And so I learned it all from the rave game.
You was observant, mate. It was an observant raver.
Basically, I think what it is, that came because of my dad.
More observant than raven.
Yeah. Because I wanted to make money, It's not about
yeah.
I want to make money. Can we make money out of this? And once I knew I could make money out of it, I was on it.
Yeah,
I was on it.
It's good.
So,
bro, tell me, Paul, Where else? So Ibiza Records on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Is there what else? Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, all I will look. Jungle Splash.
Jungle Splash, because that Jungle Splash is coming up, isn't it?
Pardon? Yeah, I got one coming up on June the 6th.
June the 6th. How can they get?
Oh yeah, you just go on Facebook. Jungle Splash Facebook page. You find
Jungle Splash Facebook.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and that's
Party
it. I got
coming up in June.
Facebook page. I got IB for Record Facebook page. That's my URL.
Facebook.
It's free, so use that. Just we've got Facebook. There's something that will come up.
Yeah.
And cool. Jungle Splash as well will come up. And you can find us at Tottenham Dust Coast, Tottenham, the Soul down in Tottenham, obviously. And we've got a nice little place down there. I'm trying to get Tottenham back on the map because everything is south. I'm trying to get North London back. It's like 1 minute North London was running things, and now we're dead at the door now. Everything's in south. I'm trying to get things back over the north.
You will. You'll do it. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be you.
Yeah, I'm
I know you're confident. You're quietly confident.
Yeah, I'm talking near Rebel talking. Me and Conga Knight talking. We're trying to get the little place pop in and get things going back.
A cup of tea. It's like making a cup of tea for you, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, a piece of joke. Yeah, I got one right here. It's a joke.
You know that. Well, listen, brother. Is there anything else you want to leave us on?
No, that's it really for me. I don't need to plug anymore. It's
been a pleasure.
My name alone just does it. The pumping Paul Ibiza comes up on that.
Hey, Paul, I learned a lot today speaking to you, mate. I didn't know you'd done half of those things, brother. Half of them.
No one does.
I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, I think you was probably the most busiest promoter on the whole scene. Because I know everybody as well. And I don't know. And I know we worked hard, brother,
Yes.
But you wasn't just doing the parties, you're doing the music, you're doing this, that. Sometimes you're doing 3 parties in a night.
Yeah,
I don't know any promoter that was busy as you, mate.
Look, you know what? Why people was driving cars weekend? I was driving a 3-ton lorry every weekend. Yeah. Why you were driving their little BMs and I wasn't driving no BMs. Every my lorry. Yeah, and packed up with some sort of if ain't drinks.
You're ready. You're permanently ready.
Something in my lorry, yeah. That's why I used to drive every weekend. I was always driving this lorry.
You're just in a permanent state of readiness, brother.
And I had to go France.
Nice. Back in the time of the fags and that and the drinks,
No, not the fags. I went to France to buy. Someone told me when I was running orgasm. Someone go to France. When you come up the ferry, you're going to meet a guy called EastEnders.
Oh, yeah, I know the place.
Just come up the ferry, you'll meet a guy called EastEnders. So, okay, we went, Drew, met the guy called EastEnders. He's like, what he's done, he's got the land near the ferry, he's got the 4 for all the containers and dropped the containers on this bit of land. So when you're driving to go into mainland France, you have to pass this guy. No matter what you do, it's the mainland road. So he set up the people EastEnders. So automatically you're going to stop.
Cool.
Buy your beers.
Every English person.
We did. We bought all our beers from him.
Yeah.
It was cheap. We bought all our beers from him, but I still wanted to go mainland. So I went mainland. I still went to mainland. And first shop I went to this supermarket. They had champagne in there. I said, £5 a bottle. When they were £5.
Wow.
£5 for champagne.
Wow.
Bought one. We drank it in the car park. I said, drink like Moet, man. Smooth. Yeah. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Went back and bought the lot. I said, same like 7-Eleven. Got him around the back. The lorry up.
How many you got, mate?
I filled my fucking lorry up with this champagne.
Excellent, brother. Excellent, mate.
Went home, right? Went to my mate who had the printers. I go, let's do me a favour. He goes, what's it? Don't tell me. Can you print these Moet labels for me? He goes, no problem.
No way.
Fucking printed all these labels, right? I put all the champagne in the bath. Filled the bath up with water. Put them all in the bath. All the labels just come off. Just left them in there. All the labels come off and stuck them in ones. Right? I went back out and rode. I only went to my own party. Orgasm or Jungle Splash. Selling champagne. £20 a pop, £25 a pop all day long.
Right. All day long.
All day long. £25 a pop. And
because those were those environments where people drank champagne as well. That was the thing. Yes,
all day long. Wasn't it? You remember, it only cost me £5 a bottle. So I'm in the score, bro.
Mate.
So they did look, no one knew what was doing. My Jeep was full of champagne. So not only did I have,
you were the busiest.
Not only did I have going backwards and forwards to these raves, also I had my Jeep full of champagne. So I'll drop off 2 boxes with the man. Them give me that when I come back. sort me out when I come back. Or I drunk everybody up, because there's a thing I need to do. I like get everybody drunk, everybody just lean up, I can move around better. When they're sober, they're all fucking on me. So I had to get everybody drunk. Here's a bottle, yeah. All drinking drunk, and I move around better. I can move better. I can move along, because they're all too busy drinking. That time they don't bother. They're not looking at me. They're too bothered drinking, and that's that's a little story I like to tell everybody, because no one knew I was doing that neither. And that just happened all the time.
Telling
so I was
you,
earning money. Every time while they were selling their drugs, whatever, I was just selling champagne, £25 a pop. I got loads. How much you want? And 2 bottles, 3 bottles, and it went on like all night. Went on all night till the fucking bottles were finished. And I went back to Shanghai, went back to 5 again, done the same again, bought them back again. I kept on doing that.
Yeah. And I bet they were shots, like you come back so soon as well.
Yeah.
I'll fill the truck up again.
Yeah.
What these English black boys, they're coming over.
That champagne, because that like especially they didn't sell it no more, so I couldn't get that brand, and I wanted that brand.
Yeah, because the champagne, for sure, mate.
I knew it, and no one knew it was only £5 bottle, but they didn't sell it no more. The rest of them was like too expensive, and it's all right. And then the runnings. But But anyway, like I said,
cool, mate.
I'm still here. I'm not gonna go nowhere. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on most things and most platforms. So Jungle Special is a brand now, and it's not going anywhere. And I'm a brand myself. So you just type in my name in any Google search engine, and my name just comes straight to the top. IB for all my name. So I don't need to do no more. The work's been done for me. So I just tell you, you want to follow my trail, or you want to follow the branding. I got the music thing, the records, whatever you want to follow, it's there. You want to know history about Ibiza, it's there, mate. It's all there for you,
mate. Mate, listen, it's been such a pleasure speaking with you, Paul. Honestly,
and it's a pleasure speaking to you too.
Yeah, I mean, because I know we've always spoken, we've always got on, but we've never really gone into great length about what we've done during that period, have we?
You haven't. This is the first time we sat down. And we really talked. The last time I spoke to you, was running your record club with Dave. That's the last time I saw you.
Yeah, we were doing Having It Records, and we did the One Jungle album, but mate. Yeah. But so cool.
Apart from that, you've always been an inspiration for me. Anyway, you and Dave, you've always been that way, and I'll never forget you.
Thanks, brother.
No one can't tell me anything about his rave game without your name getting popped up. Because
appreciate you, man.
You're your foundation, and people have to respect that. And buddy, because if it weren't for him, we wouldn't be here today. Half of you wouldn't be here. And we just developed in it. We just got in it, and we developed it, and we. Like I said to my son, always carve something out for yourself, and that's what I've done. I've just carved something out for myself. That's all I've done from the rave scene. I've carved it out for myself so I can live and do what I'm doing. That's all I've done. I ain't done anything else. You can do the same. You can carve something out for yourself. You know what you're doing. There's a dedication and hard work, and you can carve something out for yourself, and that's what I've done. But the rave scene is not. It's a scene.
Yeah.
It's developed by us, not by any corporates. It's us. We invent the thing, so we can do what we want with it. You know what I mean?
So and I'm sure that anyone that's been listening to this podcast, mate, are going to be seriously inspired by everything that you've done. They're going to listen to your stories, mate, and they're going to be like, wow, that's graft. Because, these lot, they do a couple of things and they think they're working hard. They say, mate, I didn't sleep for about 2 weeks, mate.
Come on, when you were doing the raves, I just said to myself, where all this music coming from? That's what I used to say to myself. So you've got all this, and the ease and the music, where all this coming from? You've done that stuff, it doesn't appear from nowhere. Where is it coming from? And I was intrigued.
And how can I get involved?
How can I get involved in this? That's all I was trying to say.
I think I'm getting the picture that you kind of look at everything like that. You look at something and go, oh, I like that.
Come on. There's an industry. It must be like reggae music. Like the reggae, we knew where the reggae was coming from. We knew that my dad and my parents going to Jamaica, bringing it over, set up and doing their dance and playing that. That's how the reggae music was working. But the same with the soul music. Man was going to America, bringing over the soul music, and nothing was made in here. There was
all exports. All exports. And that's why jungle was so different. Yeah.
Right. How did it get here? So there must be a scene. So I knew that there's jungles, the British rave culture scene itself is a scene. And I knew that the music, where did that come from? When I found it was coming from Germany and Holland and Belgium, a little bit would come up Manchester. I said, this is the scene. I want a part of it. And I thought, I'm going to get a piece of the action. And I got in it and I made up mine. And why have we got this scene now?
Yeah, mate. And you're a legend. You're a legend in the game, mate.
The UK base, where do you think it all came from? It came from Garage. Garage come off the back of Garage. Garage come off the back of the jungle scene. Drum bass is off the back of the jungle scene. It's from the scene. The scene Hardcore came from house. It all come from house music. It all started from house techno, and it moved along, and that's still going to this day, because you got people like Carl Cox. Look at Carl Cox and them guys. They all started together and he went that way, but the music kept them going this way. That's all it happened.
Yeah, totally. You know, he gets £1 million sets now.
Yeah, come on, man.
I remember
Carl Cox. It was £50.
I know.
And his hair, he had, I don't know if you know about his hair. He had a thing called a worm. If you know what a worm is in Jamaica.
The haircut. Yeah.
when he got little patches in your head like that. When he used to grow his hair, he had a thing called worm. When only black people, it eats your hair. Right. So when he used to grow his hair, he had patches like that.
I think I remember. Like that.
Worms. I said, big man,
shave your hair off, mate.
No one knew him then. I knew him. I can go worm there. That time it was Groove Rider, Fabio, Carl Cox, Loft Groover, all that South London.
Loft Groover.
Yeah, all them man there, Loft Groover, all them man there from South. And then he grew, and become the Free Duck Wizard. And before you know, he starts shaving, money starts coming in. You know, he don't wait, no longer driving the blue BM no more. He got a proper ball head now. He's doing look at the household name now. Look at him now.
£1 million sets, man. £1 million. You know, he did that set at the closing of Space. He played all night. He got over £1 million.
Fuck, you played all night. But he can do it. It's him, innit?
But listen, brother, I have to let you go, because I know you've got stuff to do as well. Do you know what I mean?
Me too. Well, it's been a pleasure, my friend. It has been a pleasure. And you know, anytime you want to do anything like this again, I'm there.
Yeah, mate. I appreciate you, man. And anytime I can do anything for you as well, because you know I've still got contacts as well. You know, so I
know. I will. My brain speaking to you know, trying to bring back a Genesis rave. I think it's time to bring back a little because.
We'll definitely talk. We'll definitely talk. You know, I mean, everyone wants me to do parties, but there might be something.
Yeah. I think there is. If Rage can come back, you can come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about it.
Yeah,
think about it. Man. All right,
brother. Loads and loads of love, bruv. Loads and respect, man. And hopefully I'll see you soon. And keep yourself safe. Yeah.
Yeah, you too, brother. Yeah.
All right, brother. See you soon, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Blessed love.
Loads of love, brother. Thanks for doing it, man. Take care, brother.
You take care, brother.
All right, brother.
This concludes another episode of the 88 Podcast with Wayne Anthony. Hope you left with something that you never heard before and something that you've never witnessed before. That's what house music does. That's what Acid House does. So always, in parting, remember, house, acid, is the soundtrack of your life. Peace.